What up, Fox? You there?
All right. We are back. We are live. Nuke The
How
House.
did you take us live? I just showed up here. All of a sudden, I'm looking at you. I'm hearing music, and we're live.
Because you gave me permission.
Oh well, that
I know
was
how
a
to use
horrible
StreamYard.
idea. Have to rescind permission from you. How are you, friend? We got a lot to bet on tonight. We got a lot of
A lot of
baseball.
interesting things to go through. We got some baseball. We got some baseball going on right now that we're watching. The Orioles are down 1-0. Got a rally going on right now. So looking at that, we got Wizards basketball, and my computer actually just died. So I'm gonna do my best to try to put what I've got. So I'm pulling up on my phone right now.
Well, all you got to do is pull it. Is you got to plug it in, right?
No, this is not a power thing. This is a BIOS thing. So I've got to reboot from that kind of fun jazz. So
You want to come back?
no, I'm good. I've got
Okay.
two computers. I still got my iPad, my other computer, and my phone, so I'll be fine. So we're gonna go really quick because we got 3 7 o'clock games.
Do I need to type anything in?
Not yet. I don't believe so. So we've got Knicks and Cleveland coming on. I expect Cleveland to win. They're favored big, 10.5 points. Towns is going to play in this game. Really no plays. I personally took Bridges over 4.5 assists. We've been riding that train for a while. The other thing that I actually took, and it's kind of a cheap bet, so I'm not really giving it out as a play, but if you want to tail it, it's probably not a bad play. I took OG at 20 points with Mitchell at 20 points. So got plus money on that, so I'm perfectly fine with that. OG's been absolutely killing it. Actually got a lot of respect for the way OG's been playing lately. So I think he's been averaging 25 points in his last 5 games. So Cleveland could shut him down, but I think this game's still going to be kind of played at their pace. So there, we got the Pacers and the Hornets. With Atlanta Hawks lost last night, Pacers have nothing to play for. I've been trying to get Obi Toppin since it started, and I can't find him on any book.
Nope.
So if you can find him somewhere, I would like to bet him. There he is. All right, FanDuel.
You found him? Where?
He's on FanDuel now.
Okay. Well, they just popped it up.
Yeah, so this one you do have to type in. I'm going to take Obi Toppin at 10.5 points.
Obi Toppin over 10.5 points?
Yes.
And then what's the number?
Minus 120.
Minus 120.
Yeah.
Okay.
I expect the Pacers to pull their guys pretty early. I expect them to there's nothing left for them to play for. They have pretty much locked up their position. They're in the playoffs now. With the loss essentially to with Atlanta's loss last night. Atlanta continues to kind of falter, kind of makes their game today pretty big. So Pacers the Pistons could catch them, but realistically, the Pacers are locked into a top 6 pick. So there's nothing they can do from that point on. Nick, we talked Kings and Wizards. This is the stuff I have not shockingly, not surprisingly. We're going to play a couple different things here. We're going to play Carlton Carrington, get in the start. He's been hitting this number 5 straight. We're going to take his rebounds, assists over 9.5.
Now you got to tell me when I need to put it in, though, right, Fox?
It's already there.
Beautiful.
I've taken Alexander Sarr over 1.5 blocks. Another thing that's been going, that's a play for mine. We'll give that as a show play, half unit plus 100. That you do have to type in. And then I've given DeMar DeRozan 6 assists. We're going to go for a little plus money here, plus 142 for him to get 6 assists. He's done this in 3 of his last 5. He's playing a Wizards team that really not playing a lot of defense. Jordan Poole's been on a real good. I'm on a Jordan Poole personal bet over 3.5 threes. That's basically all he's doing. So if he's going to get his points, he's going to get it strictly by threes. He's hit this in 4 of his last 5. The Kings aren't really going to prevent him from shooting threes. So he's going to go bombs away without any issue whatsoever. So So I do like that. That's the 7 o'clock games. I will pause. I will let you back have the floor.
All right, very good. Well, here's what's going on here. We're waiting on the Mets. You got to be kidding me. That's good. They came back. All right, the Mets were down 4-1. This is actually a good. You got to be kidding me. We're on I think it was the Pirates team total under like 5.5 or something. He parlayed that with the Mets money line. So I'm looking at this here, and the Mets were down 4-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Well, it's now 4-4. So that's good. So if you're tailing Matty with us tonight, that's good because we're back in the ball game now. Pete Alonso has a homer. He's got a couple of doubles. He is 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. So Pete Alonso is saving our asses. What up, Gerardo? What up, Ramon? You're taking all the underdogs plus 108.5 points. That would be an exotic bet. And then Onyx. What up, Onyx? How are you, friend? Good to see you in there. So we do have some baseball to bet on tonight. If you guys do want to bet some baseball, let me know. We can give our thoughts here. I have been watching a little bit today. I got sick at the gym today. That's not cool. Gross. It was very gross. Blech. But we only have 2 games left tonight, and that's Arizona at the Yankees. Last night, Arizona, huge night. They go into Yankee Stadium, get the win with Burns on the mound. And then tonight, and there's a YouTube short play, Atlanta visiting the Dodgers. Atlanta's 0-6. The Dodgers are 7-0. And the rule of thumb is kind of like, yeah, you don't bet. Hey, Sean, talk to me about this for a second, unless you're too busy. You don't bet a run line with a home team because they'd only have 8 innings. I feel like the Dodgers are the only exception to that rule. And I did it last night, and I'm doing it again tonight. You could take the Dodgers run line through 7 innings with a little bit better juice, but the more at bats, I'm taking it. They're just the Braves are in a bad spot offensively. The Dodgers are the best team in baseball, and I'm comfortable with it. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's not a problem. I've got a couple different parlays with the Dodgers money line, so that's kind of generally the way I have it. Like, again, I'm not going to give out a parlay for like 2 money line favorites for baseball, but doesn't mean I won't take it myself. So,
oof, yeah. What else do we have here, boys? Dodgers.
So I got the Yankees tonight. I got the Yankees and Dodgers. I got the Phillies and Dodgers. I've got the Phillies and the Orioles plus 1.5.
Wow.
So
you're on a lot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot more than that, but yeah, we'll just put that stuff. So I gave
Twins are hammering the White Sox. The Twins last night, we hit them at plus 140. Me and Matt did. We hit it. We hit the bet.
Nice.
Come back today, 6-0, 7th inning over the White Sox.
You knew they were going to eventually get a win. I mean, I was talking to someone, and they thought it would have been about $1 million to 1 if you wanted to bet the Milwaukee, the Braves, and the Twins to start off 0-4.
Milwaukee, the Braves, and the Twins?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a rough start there. There's no doubt about it. We got Boston leading Baltimore 1-0 right now. This game's just in the 3rd. Trevor Story with a home run. Your boy Christian Campbell does it again. A double. He went over his hits, runs, and RBIs. Amazing.
Well, he hasn't hit his hits, runs, and RBIs. He's got 1 hit. It would be total bases.
Oh, total bases. I take it back. He went over his total bases.
If you bet total bases, he hits.
Yeah, total bases. He went over his total bases, not his hits, runs, RBIs. Did you bet his hits, runs, and RBIs?
Yes. I really, he's going to get moved up in the order soon.
He's good,
too.
Man.
He's very, very good. He just signed also a massive extension, one of the dumbest contracts I've ever seen. But today basically was the day for dumb contracts. So,
why? What other dumb contract happened today? What did I miss?
So Merrill got signed, and it's not a bad contract from the sake of Merrill. It's a bad contract for him not gambling on himself. Okay, so baseball and generally mid-market or small market teams have tried for years that if you get a hot young prospect and after their first year or halfway through their rookie year, they will try to give them an extension to be able to give them some money, and also you to lock them in multiple years at a cheaper rate. So Baseball contracts we saw got 250, 300 million, 150 million for what? Anthony Santander. And you sit there and they offered a 9-year extension for Merrill at, what is it, 80 million? I can forget the number.
It's a huge number.
It wasn't a huge number.
It's a huge number for normal people. He should have gotten more money. You're right.
What he should have done is sat there and come back and said, I'll take a 5-year deal. And then he's got free agency in 5 years when he's still in his 20s. What he just did is locked up his entire 20s for a contract of 9 years, which the club has the option for the 10th year, which you better damn believe if he's good, they're going to give him that
How
option.
old is he going to be then? How old will he be?
Merrill's what, 20 years old? 22.
Is he that young still? Yeah.
He's 22.
There is something to be said for just taking the money because you can always have injuries, but that kid could bet on himself. He is a stud.
Well, he could have got 50 million probably for a 3 or 4 year extension, which still would have made the Padres feel well and still feel like they had him for a considerable amount of time instead. And then the dumbest way was Christian Campbell in his rookie year just signed an 8-year deal for 60 million.
Yeah. Interesting.
I understand you're betting on yourself. And this all started with Evan Longoria years ago for the Rays when he had his year and he was halfway through his season. They offered him this deal because they're a small market club and they wanted to make sure and tell other guys that their stud was going to be around for years. And it worked out great. Now, the Red Sox did this last year with the one guy, Rafaela or whatever, who the jury's still out on this guy. I mean, this guy's not batting his weight, batting ninth in the lineup. And they gave him an 8-year extension into his first year for $50 million. And like, oh, we got all these guys locked up. But if those guys aren't any good, it's like, okay, you burnt money. But Christian Campbell looks very, very good. And I'm shocked I'm just shocked as a young guy, you would sign an 8-year extension. It's like where you're not giving yourself any really net worth. And you wonder, and we talked about this a little bit in the chat of you don't see the Orioles guys doing this. And why don't you see the Orioles guys doing this?
Why?
Because Scott Boras is the client of all of them. And there's no way Scott Boras is going to sit there and tell their client to take less money than he knows what he's going to get him for a 2 or 3 year deal.
Man.
So it's yes, they're vastly underpaid, and that's what you're doing. You're taking a guy who is making nothing because that's what you make down in the minors, and then you throw him a little bit of money, and he's like, "Well, I'll accept that," but you're really discerning yourself because you're taking your free agency in your 20s out.
Agreed.
Line, so,
can I give you an update? I want to give you an update here, pal.
Plenty of updates.
Yeah, the update is Rafael Devers is now 0 for 21 with 15 Ks.
Yeah, I keep betting on him, saying today's going to be the day. Today's going to be the day. He traditionally kills the Orioles. He bats over 300 versus the Orioles. So I said, okay, today's going to be the day. It doesn't look like today's going to be the day. I do also know Gerardo is on a different bet. He's on Zach Eflin to get 5 Ks, which at plus money, it's a nice plus money, but the only reason it's kind of odd, Zach Eflin, I got only 134 Ks the entire season. He's not a strikeout pitcher. Now, the Red Sox are striking out at an alarming rate, which is why I can understand the bet, but I still don't really like it. But he's got 3 through 3 now, so I mean he's on his shot. So
okay, well, Rafael Devers, bad start. Guys have bounced back from bad starts, though. I think he'll be fine. Fathead's in the house. What up, Fathead? You're on Marte, Bobby Witt. These are guys that got underpaid. Absolutely. Fathead looking at the D-backs 2-0, and then Red Sox are using
Morbito bets.
Morbito. Ramon, I must say that was really, really solid.
Yes, but okay, we'll talk the torpedo bats tonight, and I mean I think it's a little bit less about nothing.
Okay.
Because one, they're like, oh, the Yankees are using them. Well, if you haven't noticed now, the Braves got them, the Phillies got them, the Twins got them, and haven't seen a major difference. And no one keeps mentioning the Judge is not using them, despite everyone. They're like, oh, look at all the home runs they hit. Well, Judge hit 4 of those 9 home runs. And the Yankees were home run hitters anyway, and the ball was blowing out, and they've got a very short right field porch. And most of those home runs hit him on those torpedo bats were all to the right field porch. Junior Caminero came out and he hit him. He said, I prefer to hit with the torpedo bat when I need a hit when I'm pinch hitting, but I still think I hit more power with the regular bat than the torpedo bat. Guys who get jammed are the ones that seem to be the guys who are looking positive with the bat, with positive results. Guys who don't get jammed are not looking like it's anything. And when you're going to pitch, people are going to pitch you low and away, but you try to pitch anyway, you're going to have less of the bat there. So I think it all kind of works itself out.
Yeah, it should. It's really, really interesting, this torpedo bat thing, because they said it'd been around since, who was it? The Mets manager. He's like, the torpedo bats have been around since 2013. I'm like, really?
Yes, it's not new.
Who was using them?
No one was using them in Major League Baseball, but they okayed people to use them. But it was being used in different lower levels, things of that nature. So have you been betting any Crown? Or did you get screwed?
No. And you're talking about the college basketball tournament, right?
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of people that could not even watch that thing on TV the other night in Vegas. It was like blacked out.
No, I did not know that, but I kind of laughed. But the whole thing has been kind of funny because the books forgot to ask for permission for the states. So a lot of people's bets halfway through the day just got voided. The worst part is they waited till after a game was played and then voided. And then in some books, fit of brilliance, voided out the winners and counted the losses originally. Now, obviously, they fixed it. But it never looks like a bad look, like the book got a choice to say, oh, which one do I get to go? Oh, this one's not allowed. So.
This is fascinating, man. All right, let me get back to baseball here real quick. Yeah, go for it. What were you going to say?
Gerardo, I gave you your due. Don't give me that crap. I said I understand because the Red Sox are striking out so much because that team looks like they're in trouble. Despite that, somehow they're still winning this game 1-0. So that's all I got. Okay.
All right. For those of you that are sweating the Mets bet with Matty and myself, of course, again, the Mets were down 4-1. Didn't look good for I think it was Pirates team total under with the Mets money line. But it looks good again because they got to that Miami bullpen and they're 4-4 in the top of the ninth with 1 down. The game's in Miami right now. Eflin has 4 strikeouts. Don't doubt me, says Gerardo.
Well, that was the thing I just stopped it. There.
I know.
Eflin has 4 strikeouts. He's got a chance to get 5 because Trevor Story's up.
I think I'm just going to take the baseball side of things. You got NBA lockdown. We got we got a run for the White Sox. Yay! Brooks Baldwin going deep. There's another young guy for the White Sox, Brooks Baldwin. All right, we see that. Smash the like button if you get a chance. Make sure you throw your best bets in the chat. And if you have anything else you want to talk about, by all means, do it. We can also get some hockey out there if you want to. And then we got to sit here and wait for some of the news in the NBA. We got a lot of Nuggets news, man. Murray is out, Porter is out, Gordon is out, Brown is out, and Watson's questionable, and Jokic is out. Let me just say this again. Jokic out, Porter out, Murray out, Gordon out, Brown out. All 5 starters are out.
Yep.
What the hell?
It's called punting.
No, it's called. We went to double overtime last night, played one of the greatest games you'll ever see in the NBA. Joker scores 61 and gets a triple double, and then everybody's tired. We got the playoffs coming up. We got to relax.
Well, I think there's a couple different things. Yes, you want to get guys there. It shows that bettors always worry about NBA teams worry about seeding, but some teams are just like, no, we don't really care. We just want to get there, and once we get there, then we'll figure out the rest. Kind of deal. Now, there are some teams that really should be worried about seeing. Denver's one of them. Jalen Pickett, Westbrook. We're still waiting on Watson. Yeah, I'm going back to the well again today. So as soon as I can get a book to actually take my bet.
What's the bet? What do you want me to throw in there, pal?
Well, we can't have now because he's still not questionable whether he's actually going to play. It's Watson.
Yeah.
He's not going to run around guarding Ant like he did last night, which was shocking to me that they made him do that. I understand defensively, maybe he was the best option, but I didn't think that was the move they were going to make. So we didn't get the rebound holder because he was never near the basket to get a rebound. So Tatum and Brown are going to play for the Celtics, is the news. Holiday, Horford, and Porzingis will be out. Wiggins is out for the Heat. There's a couple bets that you do have to consider in this Miami-Cincinnati game, which I will just go through right now.
Okay.
One, a rare feat for me that I'm going to take. So I'm trying to find the best juice on it right now.
Okay.
Tyler Hero under.
Excuse me?
Tyler Hero under.
Okay. How many, what markets do we want to go under on?
Well, I was trying to see if it was worth to go PRA, but it's not that much higher than
its PRA is 32.5, 33.5.
Yeah, and I worry because he'll get 10, 11 rebounds and assists, and then it's he can go under his points. So that's what I don't like. I will just take a straight points at 23.5 under. Okay. If we can't get a better number, that'll be the number I'll go with.
So straight points, I'll throw this in the chat for you. Let me see if I can find the best number for you. 23.5 even money at FanDuel is going to be your best. 22.5 minus 121 at Sugar House. Now, ultimately, if you had both these bets, would you go over 22.5 points at 121 or even money at 23.5? I would go with the extra point, but you're the one that's really focused in on the bet.
Either one I like.
All right, so I'll put the lower point for you there on the thing.
He's only gone over one time versus the Celtics in the last 7 meetings.
Over 22.5 points, minus 122, minus 121.
I'm saying he doesn't go over again. It's there. We're going to take clear where.
But we're going over on hero points, right?
Under
on hero points. All right, very good. Let's take the 23 then.
We're going under.
Yeah.
We're going on Derek White to lock him down.
Okay, so we're going to go with the under. The best under number out there is going to be, I guess, 23.5 again, minus 117 at Caesars.
Yes.
Okay, good.
We're taking Khalil Ware over 8.5 rebounds.
Okay. You're throwing Khalil Ware in the chat over 8.5 rebounds. Very good.
Yep. I'm doing it right now.
Okay, good. Let me just update everybody on the baseball board. While you're doing that, interrupt me when you're done with that. Phillies and Rockies are underway too. That's still a scoreless game in the bottom of the third. Kyle Freeland throwing well, 2 2/3 shutout innings. Zach Wheeler, 3 shutout innings, a hit, and 3 strikeouts.
Freeland's pitched really, really nicely lately. Yeah. And then I'm going to
go a little bit in his arm. He still has a little bit in his arm. Yeah. He's not dead yet.
Right. I got to find it. All right. I'm going to ask you to find me Pele Larson's rebounds.
Excuse me?
Pele?
Oh, I hear you.
Larson.
Oh, I know. I heard what you said, but there is Pele Larson rebounds. You can only get him offshore, 3.5. I do not see any that are around here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
And
Pele Larson, huh?
I've been betting Pele Larson personally for a while now since he kind of moved into the starting lineup. One, the number they give you is very, very low. Two, he started the last 2 games. He got 7. He got 6 rebounds. He got 5 assists. He got 4 assists. Both of those numbers he was given was 3.5. Okay. So all of those cashed, and his points was like 8.5. So he's been a little bit secret cash cow for me here. So yes, he's playing the Celtics, but again, he's going to be on the floor a long period of time. He goes after the boards. I'm going to try to see if DraftKings has anything.
Okay.
So, and then I'm trying to look at what number are you getting on Sam Hauser threes?
Sam Hauser threes. Let me hit you up on that here for just a second. We are getting 3.5 plus 20 at Caesars, 3.5 plus 10 at DraftKings, 2.5 minus 175 MGM. So, the book that most people have would be DraftKings over 3.5 3-pointers made, and then if you can get at Caesars, it's plus 20 instead of plus 10.
Are you getting a number for Baylor Shireman threes?
Okay. Now, hold on a second. SCH, right? Or is it just
SCHEIR?
Yeah.
EIE.
So he hit 1.5 plus 135 to the over at DK. What do you think of Baylor Shireman? Talk to me. Talk me through this.
Baylor Shireman's been getting more and more minutes as the season's basically been going on. He's coming off a couple games. He came off a big game where he actually had 6 threes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably about a week ago versus there. I expect this game to kind of get out of hand and Celtics to pull guys here at times here. That's the issue where we have 6 games to go. A lot of guys basically are not looking there to go through. So if he's got 1.5, I'll just take the 7 points. But that's what I was trying to see what was out there.
Yeah.
You could see the points, but I couldn't see that. Oh, all right. Pele Larson is at 3.5 rebounds on DraftKings. So we are going to go ahead and take that.
Pele Larson, 3.5 rebounds?
Yep. Thanks, Fathead.
It's a good one.
Yep. So. Yeah, I mean, NBA is going to be a little tricky because, again, I expect a lot of guys to be pulled. A lot of things that, like, motivation is going to be a question. The biggest motivation that I thought of any team that was available was the Kings. And they're tied 17-17 with the Wizards. So, and my computer's acting really weird. So they're a team that actually does need to win.
Yeah.
They need to win to continue there. All the rest of the teams, for the most part, I mean, Denver needs to win, but Denver's locked into one of the top 6. They seem to be fine. I actually think they should care about this game. But hell, who am I? So you don't lock into a place where you drop down to that 4 or 5 match. So you play OKC second. I mean, I think that's where I would be trying to just stay out of that 4 or 5 match. So,
agreed. All right, back to baseball. Larson over 3.5 rebounds on DK. Yes, Westbrook messed a lot of people up last night. I can't believe he's still on a roster. Yeah. I mean, he was really good with them early in the first half of the season. I don't think anybody can deny that.
It was a bad minute for him. I mean, it definitely was where he missed, because everyone talks about, okay, he missed the layup. He missed the free throw the possession before. So he went to the line, missed the free throw. Then off that possession, they went back down. They got the steal. He had the layup. He should have just pulled it out. Every coach would have told you right then, pull it back out.
What up?
Unless you know you've got a guarantee. Now, it did look pretty much like a guarantee that he was going to get this. But, yeah, unfortunately, he came up short and then fouled on the end. I thought for a second they might kick out because if you watch the very end of the three-point shot, Daniels definitely kicks out the foot, and that's actually what hit. But Daniels was not only that, Daniels was smart, makes the first, makes the second, and purposely misses the third, just as you're not going to tip it from the other side of the court. So, his IQ is there. He plays hard on defense. He just got overzealous. I mean, that's the only factor that you looked at that whole deal. Thought he had a layup. Thought he was going to make this a what would make it a 2-point game, 3-point game.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even give you the win. That's when you should have definitely just said, okay, I'm pulling it back out. Doesn't make it a 2-possession game by going for the there, and he should have known that. But yeah, I mean, it was a big loss for them. It was just a big loss. There's no other way you can say it. Yep.
Yeah. So he's gone. What up, Tommy Z?
He's not gone, but
yeah. I tied Torres Finney with money line with Dodgers first 5 for minus half a unit tonight. Yeah. I mean, minus a half for the first 5 for 1 unit. Makes sense. I mean, I think we're all over the Dodgers at this point. 162 games are going to screw up once, but boy, this Braves team is playing bad baseball. Like, just up and down between the injuries. They still don't have Acuna back. Murphy's hurt. Profar's got on the PEDs. They can't hit with runners in scoring position. They can't hit. Their bullpen's a mess. I mean,
so let's talk Profar there. So if you're the Braves, do you try to weasel your way out of the contract?
They kind of need him.
They do, but he can't even go to the playoffs. So the only thing he's going to help
you can't go to the playoffs. He's only out for 80 games.
You're automatically announced from you can't go to the playoffs in that year.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Ooh.
So
now
even though he will be back, he can't play the playoffs. So essentially this season for him, he's a role player that helps you win games, but will not help you do anything.
Then
so
yeah,
let's back up. So Profar was a high-end prospect with Texas. Never really worked out there. Had his cup of coffee, played for there, but never had put up stellar numbers. Went to San Diego, put up a career year, and then test positive the next year for PEDs. It doesn't take a genius to see why he put up a career year. And he got paid for a guy who put up a career year.
Yeah.
So, to me, I am going to take a bet here. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to take Luke Cornett, who's starting tonight, double-double at plus 450. We'll take a half unit on it.
Ooh. Should I throw it in there?
Yeah. I'm taking the 7.5 points and the 7.5 rebounds, too.
All right. Give me the actual bet then.
Luke Cornett, double-double, 450.
Luke Cornett.
And we'll take that for a half unit.
Plus 450 a FanDuel. Boom. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely my computer.
The Nuggets pissed away a 16-point lead early, too, so they should have never been in that spot. These cats know the deal. They should be sit out of here. They do know. And he's talking about the Nuggets, and Brian's talking about Profar, but yeah. I mean, I do get it that some of these guys, I don't want to say a majority because I don't think a majority, but some of these guys do take something and it had a PD in it, and then boom, all of a sudden it was just, they pop, but that's your job. You got to know about that. Everybody makes mistakes. It's your job, though. You got to know about that, right? You got to.
Great. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's jerks and Profar. I did not know he was out for the playoffs, though.
Yeah. So he could be now. You signed him to a 3-year deal, so you still have 2 other deals. So if you still want to use him the next year or the year after, then okay, you keep him around. I think you get a break because you're not paid when you're on PEDs. So for these 80 games, I guess the Braves get a slight money break.
Yeah.
Because you're not paid while you're suspended. So
I mean, this is amazing. By the way, I'm just looking at Devers now. I'm back to Devers. One hit.
Sacramento Washington game because this is great.
1 hit and 34 at bats. He's got 20 going back to last year in his last 9 games, 1 for 34 and 26 Ks. 0 for 21 with 15 strikeouts this year. How is that possible? This guy's a great hitter. He's just going through it though. You know, even Manny Ramirez came out and he goes, "Hey man, I'm here for you. I'll come out and I'll help you if I need it." Does he really even need it though? Guys go through funks all the time. I think it's just happening at the start of the season, and this is just catastrophic. His head's not there.
Well, he's their big bat. For them to do anything, he has to be a very good baseball player, and right now he's not. They've got some good pitching that go through. I mean, they're 1-4. I mean, there's a reason that they're starting 1-4 because he can't hit, and they're striking out left and right. So, I mean, but with that being said, they're up in this game 1-0. Campbell just got his HRR. There you go with another double, 2 doubles.
The Mets. They got first and third, 1 out, and they just popped out. First and third, 2 down in the top of the 10th. Oh yeah.
All right, I haven't typed that. I gave that in the other chat. Okay. All right, so Campbell got his 155. So 1.5. So if you took that, that went through.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, right now Crochet is pitching a hell of a game right now. So, Marte got his over 155. Oh, nice. Let's go.
Oh, you put Marte out there? Good job, Fathead. What's Fathead on? What are you on tonight, Fathead?
What is
Fathead? Tommy with the MMA, the UFC Dodgers bet.
What is Fathead's title in the Discord?
He doesn't use Discord.
Okay, it's not in the Discord.
He's not in the Discord. No.
All right. So yes, I did take that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean SAR's got 1 block, by the way. I know I don't have the Yankees in falling. Okay, let me move them up there. I'm watching this Butler Boise State game. I kind of like Butler with the points, but Boise's off to a really nice start. So have you started to figure out the Oakland just take the over 8.5?
That's it. In this ballpark, where it's still cold, it's not even warm yet. So it's going to be 100 for like a month there in Sacramento. It gets hot.
See, but I think people are overlooking why you take the over in Oakland. And the reason is not anything to do with the ballpark, because the ballpark dimensions are fine.
All right.
The only issue in the ballpark is basically you don't get any cheap outs that you used to get in Oakland.
There's no foul territory.
Correct. There's no foul territory, and this just in, Oakland's pitching sucks. So, I mean, because I've sit there and I say, because you haven't seen Oakland, except for 1 game, really contribute tremendously on the scoreboard. So it's the other teams that are making these overs go pretty easily. I mean, they're getting it themselves for most of the part. And the Cubs have a pretty good team. So, yeah. You should be looking at that pitching staff is terrible. So, yeah, I've been taking that. I've been taking the Yankees overs. We'll ride it till she bucks us. SAR's got 8 points tonight. I was wondering how he was going to do for Sabonis. He does have 1 block already. Only 1 rebound. Poole's got 7 points. Carrington's got 3 on the rebounds, assists. So it's off to a
Damn it,
nice
the
start.
Mets did not score runners on first and third and one down. So now we got to hope the bullpen can get out of it with the Marlins, or we're going to drop that bet. That's frustrating. The Phillies are on the board, though. Kyle Schwarber has doubled, home or run, 1-0 Phillies over the Rockies. That game is in the fourth inning. Yankees, Diamondbacks, 4-0 D-backs now. So they're putting it on. Lourdes Gurriel hit his second home run of the year. Ketel Marte has got a single, a run, and an RBI. If he had his hits, run, and RBIs. I don't know if it was 2 or 3, but he just got 3. I don't know if it was 1.5 or 2.5, but he just got
the only one. He was 2.5 was Judge. Judge is the only one.
Judge is 0 for 1, very early. What do you think of that Yankees lineup, by the way? Goldie, Bellinger, Judge, Jazz, Volpe's hitting for a little bit of power early in the year. You've got Dominguez. Stanton will be back at some point in time. What do you think of that lineup for the Yankees? And Wells, too, who's off to a slow start, but last year showed he can mash.
The lineup's very good. And the biggest thing that's kind of helping this lineup is Chisholm swinging the bat right now. Because teams are walking Judge, and Chisholm is basically, and he's one of the ones using the torpedo bat. He's one of the ones that guys like to pitch inside to him. And as long as they've been doing that, the torpedo bat has been helping him get solid contact and hitting the ball. His hit ball rate is very, very high. Goldie at leadoff is very interesting because, again, it has no speed, but the guy can still hit. The question you just wonder is, when does the age catch up? He's 37 years old. This becomes July. It's a little bit different. There's been plenty of old guys that got off to great starts early, and then you got there. Now, in their added thing, one of their best hitters is like 23 years old, and Ben Rice.
Yeah.
Ben Rice has been absolutely smacking the ball out of the way. Wells just got a hit, by the way. Volpe I've always liked as a solid prospect. He's done well. He's done speed. I really think they want him to make more contact, and then he'll eventually take over that leadoff spot. Bellinger's been hit or miss, but Judge has been awesome. Chisholm's been awesome. Dominguez as still a young guy. I mean, obviously, I don't think he's available for Rookie of the Year, but they say Watson's out. Okay, I took the +4 with the Spurs.
Watson's out too. So, yes, a +4 with the Spurs. All right.
Yeah.
That's good news. If you're honest with the Mets, the Lindor, who blew the game yesterday with 2 errors, just threw the runner out at home. So 2 down, bottom of the 10th, runner on first. Nice play, Frankie. Infield way in, and Lindor came in, made it perfect. That was not an easy play. You might say, "Oh, it's easy." Yeah, you just that's not an easy play on the run with an accurate throw, throwing a runner out at home. All Nuggets starters out. Watson questionable, bordering on doubtful. Okay, and then you just had that news.
Yeah. So
I think the Spurs can win a game.
Yeah. Versus the Nuggets team that basically is going to be led by Jalen Pickett and DeAndre Jordan and those guys. Yeah.
Plus, it's down to +3 now.
I don't know
How
why
do the Nuggets win this game.
Jared Bush, I don't know why you're on the Hawks money line, but okay. I mean, PJ Washington being out is probably the biggest news in that game.
What up, Jermaine?
I wonder how Atlanta's going to do when Dallas turns up the defensive pressure. So what I love in that game is the under. The under 240, I think it's a joke.
Do you think that the Nuggets get in trouble for benching literally everybody tonight? It was a great emotional double overtime game last night, and they lost it. But like, the NBA can't say that this is okay.
Teams have basically
they can't.
They haven't. Teams have said we don't care. You're going to find
us.
Imagine,
I put myself, and this game is in Denver tonight, right? So imagine I had tickets to take my kids to watch Nikola Jokic one time. I know you're excited. You'll tell me about it in a second, but that would piss me off. I would not. It really is tough to buy tickets to an NBA game unless it's like an hour out when you know players are playing, because that's just bullshit. Hey, we're gonna go see Jokic, the best player in the game for the first time ever, not playing. Yeah. This is the bullshit you get.
I will say yes. From a fan's perspective, from a kid's perspective, it sucks. There's no other way around it. It just sucks. You don't know who's playing. You're hoping the guys are playing, and that part of it definitely sucks. So I agree with that. I do agree. I mean, there's 6 games left. And some of these teams are already locked into a spot. Now the Denver is not one of those teams. But I don't think they get in trouble because they're going to go, well, all these guys. The only guys you could get in trouble with would be Murray and Porter if they were actually healthy. Yeah. Because that would be back-to-back games that you're sitting those guys out for no reason. Who potentially no reason. I'll say that because I'm not sure what their ailments are. So those would be the guys you could get in trouble for. So Wizards are up 3. I just don't understand what's going on with this Kings team.
Why?
Because it's a game you really need to win. It's a game you had to have on your calendar. Hey, this is going to be a win. This is going to help us lock in. And it's a big deal for them to win. It's you're currently in 10th place. You have the Suns. You have a game up on the Suns. This is your game in hand. You've played 85 games, 75 games. The Suns have played 76. You're a game and a half up. This is a chance to put it 2.5. And for all intents and purposes, almost Katie barred the door of this thing. And you're coming out and you're losing to the Wizards.
Right.
Yeah. So it's surprising that this would be the effort that you're giving. And again, there are good players on this Kings team. I still think some of the issues lies that for everything Sabonis does well, his lack of true size makes him not a rim protector on the other side. So anybody that you have guys who don't have any sense of defense. I mean, I think that's your whole point why you got Keegan Murray. Was you needed a guy to play defense, but the fact that you just don't have anybody to protect. I mean, you're playing DeMar DeRozan at the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. And it's just, we're at the 3. Yeah. And you just continually give up shots. After a while, it's not about what you could score. It's about what you can also prevent the other guy from scoring. So Cornet's off to a great start. Hero's actually off to a great start, which is not great. Cornet's got 8-1. So the points, he already got his 7.5 points. So, like I said, if you took that as a hedge, that already cashed. He went right after it. Let's see what the rebounds have. Miami has no answer for Luke Cornet. He's got 8 points, and they finally adjusted that. He had 8 points, and his FanDuel was posting his 10 plus was 162. I was like, I'll go hit that.
All right. So, go for it.
Yeah. No, you can go.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to update people on the baseball. We'll keep doing the baseball here. That's it. It's done. The Twins get their second win of the year. They down the White Sox 6-1. In this one, Buxton had a nice game. He hit a home run. Bader hit a home run. Lopez went 7 innings, gave up a run, struck out 5. And Sean Burke just got hammered. Another pitcher for the White Sox getting hammered. I know their starting pitching was great. Burke took a huge step back here, 6 runs in 4 1/3 innings. So that game is in the books. Like I said, Mets Marlins, we're still waiting for a run here for the Mets in the top of the 11th. They are 4-4 in the top of the 11th, runner on second, nobody out because the ghost man. Boston has gone up on Baltimore 3-0 now. They just put 2 more runs up in the 5th there. Foxy, Trevor Story has a home run. Crochet 4 1/3 shutout with 6 Ks. Eflin has 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Boy, when I was doing that season preview with Matty, I said, I think it's going to be the Red Sox in the World Series. I think this is a team that's good. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But, Sean, their young core offensively, now they got Crochet throwing too. This team's going to be a problem for a while. I really feel it.
They have a chance to be good. I still think they're missing some pieces. I mean, your World Series is hoping Alex Bregman looks like Alex Bregman. Tristan Cassis looks like some guy who can bat his weight.
More than anything, it's a bet on the pitching, that the pitching can get it done.
Correct. I mean, you've got some guys that are still out and still injured, so they are going to look better in the future. So it's when Yoshida comes back, if that's ball right now, you've got Anthony sitting in the minors right now.
They got Weiler, Abreu, though. Think about the bats they have: Duran, Abreu, Campbell. Just young guys. Rafaela, you were talking about Rafaela, but man, they got some guys.
I'm not a big school in Rafaela, but yes, they do. They do have some very good players. So I mean,
good young pitching. And we'll see if Buehler can bounce back too. Buehler did not look good in his first start, but the talent is still there. Just because he had the injury doesn't mean it's not going to come back. So I'm not giving up on Walker Buehler yet. And the Red Sox haven't either. Phillies.
Well, they gave a lot of money. So, I mean, you wouldn't want to give up on there. So you've got bases loaded for the Mets. And you're not
There we go. We got the bases loaded. They didn't score on that. Bases loaded, nobody out. Let's just get a big inning and get this thing over with already. Phillies 2-0 on the Rockies. Again, Schwarber with a double and an RBI. Wheeler 4 2/3 shutout innings. Kyle Freeland we said, hey, he's been throwing all right. He gave up 2 runs in 4 innings. Still hasn't struck anybody out. Hasn't K'd anybody. Denver guy that used to pitch really, really well at Coors. Really well at Coors.
I mean, he was a high-end prospect for them and just really couldn't. He's never lived up to the billing they thought he was going to be. What do I think about live at the Celtics -9.5? I don't know. I'll be honest here. I'm not watching the game, so so many other things going. I'm not watching that.
Yeah, and by the way, the chat gave me a heads up. Devers doubled home a run. So
yeah, so I got the HR.
There you go. Razor Sharp. Shout out everyone. What up, fellas? Cashed a nice late night play I gave out here in the chat with the Dodgers Braves under. Let's win some more money tonight. Let's do it. I'm on the Dodgers run line. Last night I gave out Padres money line in the under 10. It was a little sweat late, but ultimately we got the win with the Padres not scoring 10 runs, which was very nice. So that came home. The baseball's been off to a decent start. Jermaine's here. Big Yankees guy tonight. Ben Rice does suck, yes. And then you talked about the Celtics -9.5.
Now, why do we believe Ben Rice does suck? Just because he struck out once?
Well, I don't know, but fucking hit by 5-4 Mets.
Batting 500 with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. As a young kid, batting low in the lineup in 8th. So I'm not sure I wouldn't say he sucks. He's been a proven guy from there. And I mean, he's a guy who's going to get plenty of bats in this lineup. So
Jermaine's on Jalen Green from Houston. 4 + 3 is a +150. What do you think about that?
It's a game where he's going to go out there and probably jack up some shots. So he's probably going to put up about 9 threes. And the reason I say it is he's playing Utah. So he's going to try not to drive. He's going to try not to get hit. This is going to be hanging around on the outside perimeter and just jacking things up. I mean, it's worth a shot. He has done it. He's hit the 4 plenty of times before. Larson's got 5 points, by the way.
Pretty good.
1 assist, 5 points. I mean, 150, I'd take plus 150. I'd take my shot. I've been betting his 3 threes, so I just haven't actually got to that game yet. So I'm still trying to see who was playing. So in this game, Fred VanVleet's out, Collins is out, Harkless is out, Markkanen out. Utah's going to go 2 towers, Filipkowski and Kessler, playing with Sexton and Sensabaugh. Amen Thompson's going to be back at point guard with Fleet out. Green and Brooks are playing. If I think this is going to be a close game all the way to the wire, I like Green's points. We've been betting that lately. I mean, the way they put his 3 threes at -162, they're actually kind of begging you to take the 4. He has hit it 2 out of the last 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's also hit his rebound prop in 3 out of the last 5 and hit his assist also in 3 out of the last 5. So It's an interesting play. I mean, I plus money. You want to take your shot? Let it ride. Wizards are up 5. I mean,
Mets are up 2. Mets are up 6-4. So this is good. I really want to get this Matty casher home because then we'll be even on the day.
If you lose this game, you should fire Doug Christie and hire Taylor Jenkins. just saying that right now. Washington's up 7. It's just a travesty.
Did you get in on Sar tonight?
I took his points small. I took his blocks too. I thought he could have a major advantage. He just scored again on Sabonis because, again, Sabonis doesn't have the size.
Double play. All right. Well, the Mets are up 2, but they just run into a double play. Second and third, 2 outs now. So 6-4 Mets. 6-4 Mets. And again, not much baseball on the docket tonight. We do have one more game. That's the Dodgers and the Braves. The official play here, YouTube short play. We'll go with the Dodgers on the run line. Elder is a dumpster fire. The only way this bet loses, and it's possible, is if Blake Snell can't find a strike zone again. And that's possible. But again, given the way the Atlanta offense has performed or has not performed to this point, and the fact that the Dodgers still go up against Elder and can score 10 runs of their own, I'm feeling fine. But Matt did give out an alternative bet. He's like, if you don't want to mess with the ninth inning, possibly just take the Dodgers on the 7-inning run line. I think the juice was actually a little better.
Yeah, it's a little interesting to find 7-inning run lines, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like button would be great. Check us out. We're going to start our Sirius XM show on Sunday. It'll be a NASCAR show, Nuke the House, NASCAR on Sirius XM noon. And we will be giving noon Eastern time. We'll be giving out best bets. Keg will be giving out his best bets. I'll just be there talking, trying to keep the show from going off the rails. We'll see if I can do it.
That's a tough task.
That is a tough task. I don't know. There's some shows you got to be professional on, and some shows you don't got to be professional on. Just saying. Not saying. Just saying. But,
yeah. So did they ask you guys to not curse as much?
They didn't ask that, but I mean, I've worked for them before. We're not going to be cursing. There's not going to be any cursing on the show.
Okay.
Maybe a damn or a hell.
Okay.
RWB over 8.5 assists. Your thoughts?
Who's he throwing?
Westbrook, I would think.
I'm gonna be concentrated on his rebounds.
Yeah.
It is kind of where I'm gonna play. I want to see him. I want to see Jordan's. Again, I'm trying to do computer repair. Out of mouse. So I'm going to look at that game in a second now that we start to get that. So, yeah. I mean, if you're going to bet 8.5 assists, you might as well just bet the double.
Just bet the double, or bet both. I mean, somebody's going to have to do something for this Nuggets team. Who the hell is playing tonight?
Jalen Pickett. It's I mean, Pickett and Jordan are kind of the guys I'm looking at from a rebound perspective.
Westbrook, Strother. I mean, like, how many bodies do they have?
Is Strother playing? I thought Strother was still out. Hunter Tyson's playing.
Strother's out still. I mean, seriously, they got G Leaguers playing tonight then.
Hunter Tyson's going. Ken Carter will play, and then the bench will be 5 guys from the Denver Go-Go's or whatever they're called.
By the way, Julian Strother. Do you remember his shot against UCLA in the Elite Eight a couple of years ago? Oh man, it got Gonzaga to the Final Four. That dude is a stud back in college. He was a stud. Yeah. But is he not in here then? Is he done?
He's been out for a while and he's still out.
So now we got nothing. They're literally just like Westbrook has to have a game. There's no option. The corpse of DeAndre Jordan's there.
Yeah, but Jordan's okay. So the issue is Jordan's going to, and this is from a rebound perspective, is going to suck up all the rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
When he plays, he generally just sucks up all the rebounds.
Right.
If you go back to the game where Hunter Tyson played, Hunter Tyson's probably going to be a pretty good look to look at. So I was trying to give the stuff that I'm going to give in the Houston-Utah game. All right, I've taken my bets. I've taken Jabari Smith over 11.5 points. I've taken Tari Eason over 12.5 points. No, neither of these are listed.
Okay.
And that is all I'm taking. I'm taking some other stuff personally, but yeah. But that's the only stuff I'm going to give. I'm not going to force anything. All right, so I will look at the Spurs-Nuggets game now that we know who's on. Let me see if the books will present anything worthwhile. I mean, I understand taking your shot at Westbrook, but Westbrook's points are 20.5. Mm-hmm. Westbrook tends to get points in the first half. Like, if you have a book that you can bet Westbrook's points in the first half, that's what I would take. He's had plenty of games where he has 14, 13 points in the first half and ends up with like 17.
Oh, Jesus. Can I just talk something out here because I'm so stressed about this game because I got some coin on it. The Mets just gave up a run. So there's a runner on first, nobody out, 6-5 Mets in the bottom of the 11th. Like, I don't need more extra innings. I don't mind the ghost runner rule, though. It's not really a ghost runner. They just put him at second. I like that we have extra innings in the playoffs. I'm okay with the ghost runner rule, though. I don't need 20 innings. I've been to 18-inning ball games, man. It's too much.
I will say, yeah, those are really, really boring when you're at those type of games and you have those multiple innings of nothing.
Yeah.
Especially if you get good pitching. Things I'm betting. We're going to bet Jalen Pickett over 3.5 rebounds.
Jalen Pickett over 3.5 rebounds. All right, let me throw that in here.
We'll do that for a half unit.
Jalen Pickett over
minus 102. Minus 102. He's hit it in 2 straight games. I think he's going to be on the floor a lot more tonight. Yes, Westbrook's going to be on the floor. By the way, Russell assist is not even available on FanDuel. You could bet 10 at plus 112.
Mm-hmm.
You could bet 8 at minus 230. Right now, they're not allowing you to bet anything else, so just bet the 10. And if you're going to do that, you might as well just bet the double. But the double they're actually giving you is a terrible price. So I'm looking for DeAndre Jordan. There he is. I think he's probably got a very good chance to get a double tonight as well. The games he started for Houston and Chicago, he had 15 and 17 rebounds, 11 and 10 points there. So the double is minus 150. They know for a fact that that's not a good number. His rebound prop is 12.5. Page to the over. But as long as he stick there and he's on the floor, he's going to soak up the rebounds. I'm just telling you that right now. Russ is still going to get his sometimes. But yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to take the plus money shot, take the plus money shot. No problem at all. And those are the only nuggets we're getting. DeAndre, Jalen Pickett, and Zeke Naji. So at this point, it's a wait. Now the game's not till 9 o'clock, so we do have some time here. So we've got the Kings have cut it to 6 with a minute and 26. We've got the Knicks up 12 over the Cavaliers. A lot of people like the Cavs in this game, but the Cavs have been giving every team. OG's got 19 already in the first half. So if you took the 20-20 bet, Mitchell's got 9, so it's not looking too bad if you're on that. Cavs are struggling to score. Josh Hart's got 12 points. Anunoby's got the 5 assists tonight. And Miles Bridges, if you took the 4.5, is looking nice. He's got 3 assists. That's where he was last night, and he ended up with 4, so who knows. Charlotte's down 8 to the Pacers. Pacers with really almost nothing to play for. Halliburton's got 3 assists and 14 points. Obi's got 3 points. So take a look at what we can get on that.
Anybody on NHL action tonight? So I don't know where Mel is. She wasn't here the other night, but got Minnesota up on the Rangers 2-1 at the intermission in New York. Then Ovi is 5 goals away? They scored last night, so maybe it's 4 goals away from catching Gretzky. 3-0 Carolina over Washington first intermission. First period halfway through, Florida, Toronto scoreless. Coming up later tonight, hour and a half from now, Colorado at the Blackhawks. And then at 10:30 Eastern, Seattle at Vancouver.
Yeah, it's 4 goals away.
Do you bet playoff hockey very much? Or are you more just locked in on the NBA? He's 4 goals away. Thank you, Matt.
Playoff hockey, yes. I'll start to dive into there. So I'm in my finals in my fantasy hockey team, and I'm in my finals in my fantasy NBA team that we run in the other Discord. So I'm a little bit more paying attention, but I did work out different payouts between me and the second guy.
Okay.
Already. So just to sit there and say the payout is 400 to 100. What it's supposed to be. Before the first game, I generally go to them and say, hey, let's just do 300, 200, and we each walk away for a positive season, and we make at least $200. So most of the time they'll accept, and so yeah. Oh, so I beat Matt on a legendary thing on Sunday. So Matt has been winning.
Hold on, our Matt?
Yes, you're Matt. Matt Pretzel's in there. So me and him are in the semifinals. Matt's up. I declare it a loss because there's no chance I can have. I'm behind in threes by 23s. I'm behind in points by like 50. And I've got the backup scrubs basically playing. I got Podziemski. I've got Evan Mobley playing. I've got nobody who's going to really go out there and get you 30 and 8 or 9 threes. So fast forward to that night, Podziemski hits 7 threes. Evan Mobley hits a career high 3 threes. I end up getting 21 threes. We're down to the last game. He's got Kevin Durant, who generally gets 2 to 3 threes a game because we sit there. And I've got, who the hell did I have? Scottie Pippen? Or who did I have? I had some schlub anyway. And I had Jalen Green, who we talked about for the 4 threes. And they're up 17, 18, 19, 20. And Jalen Green is still shucking threes. And Matt is going crazy on the Discord. He is just literally going, stop shooting. And by the way, Durant gets hurt in the first quarter.
When was this?
Sunday night.
Okay.
And he's just sitting there going there. So Jalen Green attempts 4 threes before the end of the third quarter because they're up by 23 points. And all he needs to do is make 1. We're watching everyone going, oh, no. That one's going to go. No, that one didn't go either. So long story short, he hits the extra 3. I beat Matt by 1 point, and Matt is kept out of the finals on a Chucky 3 from Jalen Green up 24
What was
points.
his response?
He was pissed. He was like,
you know what I was pissed about?
Why is Jalen Green?
Michigan State fucked me in garbage time 2 times in their last 2 games. Did you see the 3 at the end of the game? This past game were just bounced around at one end. Their team total went over. It had no business. Team total went over on a last second 3. Thing literally just died on the rim. And the game before that, was that the Ole Miss game? I think I had 3.5. Dude, they're down by 6, I want to say. Come down, chuck up a 3. Backdoor cover against me.
Yeah, Fathead. I said the 15 earlier when we can get plus money on that was too low. He's just taking over right now. So we got 3 points at halftime in the Kings Wizards game. Carrington has 2 and 6, so we only need 2 more to cash that bet. Sar's got 1 block. He's got 12 points. Jordan Poole's got 11 points going there. Vucevic has got 9 for the Wizards. So Bonus has got a 9 and 9 going. DeRozan's got the 6 assists, so we do get to get a.
What time it is? What time it is? What time it is? It's time to go. Bring that bell.
All right.
Bring that.
Hey, if you didn't have that bet, all you have to do is be a member of NukeTheHouse.com. You get real-time in-game betting notifications and The Mets win. Put it on the board, Matty. Your bet has cashed, my friend. We got that home. It has been a wild, I'd say 24 hours in baseball. But Matty had the Mets money line and the Pirates team total under 5.5 at basically even money. And we just hit that. So that was good.
Yeah, so DeRozan got his 6 assists in the first half, so we cashed that for a plus money bet. We like that. SAR's at 19.5. My only issue with this, again, he's going to get screwed in the fourth quarter. That's why I can't.
That's true. There's been multiple times we've gone in on SAR, and then the fourth quarter just eats us.
He just doesn't play. Any normal coach would bring him out there and he'd get some reps. Instead, he just sits in the corner. So I can't take shit. They're not giving you anything on assist. Maybe DK is. I mean, they're just giving you, hey, if you want to take 4 or 6 assists, that's it. 4 guys. None of the other guys exist on the team. I absolutely hate it that books are allowed to do that. Heat's up on the Celtics. It's up by 8. If you didn't know, Pele Larson already has 3 rebounds. So we need 1 to cash. He's got 6 points as well. So he needs 2 points to get that. Khalil Ware's got 5 rebounds. So that's looking good. Cornette's off to a 10-3 start in the first quarter. So that's on to a nice pace. Pritchard, who said it was starting, apparently did not actually start this game. Came off the bench. So, but things are looking well in that game. So moving on to the other game. Okay, you want to stop? Go.
No, go for it. And I'll get to the baseball when you're done with the NBA. We're covering each side here. I love it. Because Matt wants to go live under on SAR after the third. I mean, I just don't.
Yeah, but you can't.
Stay away.
You can't go under because the books remove it. They know the same thing again. If you can find it, yeah. We need to go live under at like the 6-minute mark of the third quarter.
You see what Fathead's betting? Cornette plus 300 for 18 points.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
go shop around, let you know, but
again, it's the Celtics do not look really focused in this game at all. They look like it's kind of like, yay, we're out here. Let's just jack up some threes and see if they fall.
Where do you see 18? I mean, that might be gone now, but like his actual Luke Cornette's actual number is 15, minus 14.5, minus 30.
He's betting an alt line.
Yeah, where is what I want. You can't get 18 at FanDuel right now.
No, I think he's offshore. Fathead, you're offshore, right?
Okay, that would make sense. I wonder if I should start betting offshore.
Man, you can get alts sometimes offshore. MGM will give you an alt.
Hold on one sec. They only give 15s and yeah. I can see an 18 over here at 18 at DK is plus 260 now. You know what? I got a free bet. I'll go in with you, man. Luke Cornette, 18 plus points. It's plus 260, I should say. So you got a better number, but I'm going to go sweat that with you. So I'm in on NBA. I don't have any NBA bets tonight. I have been solely locked in on baseball. I haven't even had time to tail Foxy at this point. So yeah, I missed all the what time it is with him. He's got 10 and we've got 8 minutes left in the first half. So I'm riding with you, bro. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go, Pretzel.
Vipers taking the Rangers money line. I'll go tell you. Let me go find my DK.
Viper's taking the. Why'd you take the Rangers money line, Viper? Just give me a little explanation as to why you did that. I would love to hear what it is.
Where'd you find him at DK?
Cornette. Oh, Cornette. Yeah, you can do the Cornette thing scrolling through. Every second that goes by, the number kind of keeps going up. So,
yeah, I'm getting location check. So it's our way of basically saying, do we getting too much exposure on this bet? And
then on DK, listen, there's also, if you're not a big bettor, it's not a big deal. Don't be ashamed. It's only up to $20, but there's a 33% live profit boost on DK in baseball. up to $20. It's fine. All right. So here, this is interesting. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs. So we'll have the 7th, 8th. We'll have the 7th and the 8th in the top of the 9th. The live total in Philly is 3.5. It's 2-0 Phillies. We've got the Red Sox leading the Orioles 3-0. The Red Sox minus 3.5 is plus 185. If you think 2 runs are scored here, and again, they're going to the 8th here in a second, but if you think there's 2 runs that can get scored, over 4.5 is plus 114. Brian wants you to talk him off the under in the Mavs game, under 241, Fox.
I took the under. I took the under. I mean, you're not going to have PJ Washington. You're not going to have Dante Exum. You're going to have Anthony Davis and Derek Lively back tonight with that Daniel Gafford off the bench. That's going to make it very difficult. Atlanta's going to live off the perimeter. If Atlanta doesn't come out here and shoot well, they're going to find it very difficult to score inside. Okongwu hasn't hit 15 points in 7 games straight now. Don't think he's hitting it versus AD and Lively. I think you're actually going to see what I petitioned them to see, which is going to be very difficult because they are now a playoff team. If they can somehow win 2 games, and I say that so big because they're going to have to figure out a way to win 2 games. You have they're an interesting team. Do they have enough scoring to beat the really big teams? No, but they can play a defensive battle for some of these guys and make it very, very difficult for those guys to score. Their question is going to be, can they get consistent scoring on the offensive side? So that's the question mark that I'm looking. I'm actually looking at the game right now. So I'm on the under 240. I don't think we get 120 points in the first half. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the Mets took out the Marlins 6-5 in 11 innings. We got that. Braves Dodgers still coming up. That starts in about 25 minutes from right now. End of 6. Phillies on top of the Rockies 2-0. The Rockies have a hit. 2 hits in this game. That's it. Wheeler shut them down, not surprisingly. This team cannot score runs on the road. Historically, you're just such a great team at cores. Horrible team on the road. That's where you are. They're just 2 hits. And Chris Bryant has one of them. He's now up to 083 on the young season. Diamondbacks 4, Yankees nothing. This game's going to the bottom of the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Can the Yankees get something going against Zach Gallen? Right now they can't. 4 shutout innings of 2-hit baseball, 6 strikeouts for Gallen. Carlos Rodon's given up 4 runs in 5 innings. Not a great start. And then Boston still up on Baltimore 3-0. Garrett Crochet, 7 shutout innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 8 Ks. And we're into the Baltimore bull. We've been into the Baltimore bullpen. Eflin gave up 3 runs in 6 innings. So you got any thoughts on the back end of the Boston bullpen right now?
No. I was looking at it this morning because I was trying to look at to see who their closer. We also play holds, so I was trying to see.
Oh, you play holds? That's right. Yeah. You do play holds. Well, Slayton is the guy that got the one save that they had.
Slayton's the guy that's been, but Slayton also then got lit up by I think Baltimore as well. So it's I forgot to actually put what I'm doing here. Sorry.
Well, they got Chapman. Think Chapman comes out?
Well, Aroldis Chapman's been the guy that was supposed to be there, and they were surprised that they went to Slayton so early. So it's a little interesting to see what they do here. Every single game is kind of a question mark of who's coming out and who's not coming out. So.
Okay. Anthony Davis under 32.5 points, rebounds, minus 110 FanDuel.
Yeah, it's actually minus 106. So I just put 110.
That is Foxy's latest play. Anthony Davis under 32.5 points, rebounds. How you feeling about your Mavericks heading into the playoffs, buddy?
Well, they're not my Mavericks, but I
They're
do
your
like
Mavericks. You
I like.
love the Luka trade.
I didn't say I love the Luka trade. I said if you're trading for this year and Kyrie was healthy, this would be a very, very dangerous team to play in the playoffs. Without Kyrie, it's a little different team.
Yeah.
Now, I give it to them that they didn't quit. They kept on playing hard. They found a way to get themselves back into the play-in. AD decided, well, I'm really not shut down for the day after everyone announcing that I am shut down, that I'm going to sit there and play. And they're 2-1 in the games he played. The one game they lost on a last-second shot. So they've been a very good team with him on the floor. It's just it's trying to sit there and see in a one-and-done play-in game where you're either going to – if you're in the 9 or 10, it's one and done. If you don't win that game, you're done. In a team that doesn't really have great outside shooting, the big thing I worried about that last game is PJ Washington was only touching the ball if the ball actually came to him. That's a game where you've got to sit there and say, look, I'm the best offensive threat that was on the floor. It's not Klay Thompson. Come, give me the ball. I can make and create a shot. If I kick it out to Klay, I kick it out to Klay, but I need to come back and get the ball. And he never did. He just basically sat in the corner and kind of sulked and waited to see if the ball ever found him. And when it didn't find him, he was like, okay, nobody wants to pass to me. So,
okay. Devers just singled. Devers he's back. So he went 0 for 21 with 15 Ks. Now he's got a single, a double, and an RBI. 2 for 2.
But I do tell you, he traditionally kills the Orioles. So it's not too shocking that he's having a pretty good game.
Yeah. Exit velo 109.5. That's pretty good. He's just a fat guy though. That's the thing. Like, he's so fat and he's out of shape. He's always been a big guy. You know, he didn't come in this year just fat and out of shape. He came in. That's who he is. That's his body.
He's built like a truck. So yeah.
Oh,
they moved Trey's assist to 11.5. I don't think I was ever going to see an 11.5 pre-flop.
Oh, you see it now.
Can you see Trae Young's assist anywhere better than that?
Let me see. I will go to unabated for you. Young, 10.5 minus 35 at DraftKings. 10.5 with nasty juice. Forget about that. So a lot of juice at DraftKings. 11.5 plus 12 at FanDuel.
All right, we're going to go back to my normal bet. Dyson Daniels, minus 1, over 10.5 rebounds assist. Minus 110. I'm not getting any Gafford numbers, but I'm not seeing where he's out. Does anybody see where he's out? Or are they just saying because Lively's listed in that they're not giving you Gafford numbers? I think this game's going to be very good. That's the problem. The Mavericks, because they're going to play defensive games, are going to be very close games.
All right. What else do we see here tonight?
What's Cleveland live?
Well, funny you should ask. Minus 154.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Yeah. Well, that's just DraftKings, though. I can go to FanDuel. Maybe we can find a better number there. Cornette, by the way, has not scored since I decided to bring his name up.
So you're trying to say we just blame you?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody should blame me for everything. Cavs minus 158. Yeah. It's not worth it right now. You get a minus 2.5.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll wait. All right, Boston's up 3-0 on the Orioles. Runner on first. Eflin did get his fifth K. I didn't hear from Gerardo, but he did get his fifth K.
No, he didn't.
He got in the 6th inning, so that was a good bet for him. It's gonna be a loss, but yeah.
Gerardo's in here, Fathead's in here, Viper's in here. All these guys are in here. I never understood why you guys went after the Rangers, though. Why'd you guys bet the Rangers?
Oh, I didn't bet the Rangers.
Viper did. I thought you were looking into it.
Oh, you mean the New York Rangers?
Yeah, the New York Rangers.
It's a 2-2 game.
Yeah.
It's
3-2 Rangers, by the way.
Rangers have 24 shots on goal, and the Minnesota's got 8. Would probably be the big reason that I would be looking to bet the Rangers, because Minnesota really does, and they just scored 3-2 Rangers.
Cornette has 3 fouls. Great. The Red Sox got runners on the corners and 2 down in the top of the 8th, down 3-0 to the Orioles. Do the Cavs need to win?
No. No, I mean, Cavs are a top seed, but if you didn't need to win, I mean, if you want the overall number 1 seed is the only thing, which they've surrendered to OKC, and I don't think OKC is going to surrender back anytime soon. So, I mean, technically the Celtics are 4 back. So if the Cavs do lose games, the Celtics could catch them. But the Celtics don't look like they're really caring that much either.
Well, there's 11 minutes left in the second period. Rangers lead the Wild 3-2, minus 440 for the Rangers. So Viper, good call. Getting them Rangers a plus money because that's an unbettable number now.
What I would look at is the Cavs do this all the time. Their first halves have been terrible lately. So, and then they come roaring back and they generally win walking away. Spurs are down to 2.5 now. Someone finally looked up and saw it and said, who the crap are these guys?
We've got 8 minutes left in the second period in Carolina, where the Hurricanes are up 4-0 on Washington. But again, Ovi needs 4 goals to catch Gretzky.
I think he's going to run out of games.
I think he's going to run out of games too.
The question, does he come back?
Yeah.
Or is this it?
You think he's retiring and not having the record? Are you kidding me? Plus, this team's really good.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to be the best player on this team anymore. He can just be the leader.
But preseason, before the whole season started, he hinted that this might be his last one.
Yeah, well, here's a hint. If he don't break the record, he ain't retiring. There's no way that dude, after this career, is retiring 1 or 2 goals shy of Gretzky, and you know this.
Cavs are down 2.
He's like 100 years old too now. Too.
He is. That's
I
what
mean,
I
he
just
was
said.
so fun to watch when he was
there's a wear and tear on your body. So
yeah, he's 39. He'll be 40 next year. So you might not. There are markets for that, like Ovechkin when he's going to break it. You can't see it now because the game's going on, but there are markets for that.
Yep, there are.
The Ovechkin Great 8 chase. Here it is. When does he do it?
Well, did you see that the FanDuel put out the torpedo fest section, which is all the hitters that are using?
I did. DraftKings started it. FanDuel copied it, and that's just what we're gonna have now. You know, at least they're talking about baseball. At least people are talking about baseball. Seriously, because there's so much going on. So you think he stays in Russia next season to play? Again, Matt, you think this guy, after playing the league for 20-something years, is going to stay away and not break the all-time goals record? I don't know, man. I don't know. They need to get him 8 shots a game here tonight. And they're going to go to the playoffs, so they'll have some home ice there. Will Alex Ovechkin's 895th career regular season goal be an empty netter? Yes, plus 415. No, minus 670. Even strength, minus 215. Power play, plus 162. A shorty, 60-1.
Well, you got to look at their schedule. So he's 4 back, and you think most of the time he's going to get 1 game. So is there a game in there that they should win big? And if they have, yeah, every guy on the team's going to feed him to try to get him a goal.
Yeah. He might get it, but it's going to be tough, man.
I would go with the empty netter. That would just be
Pretzel thinks he's going to get it done, though. The Strahan sack record. You know, it's funny. I thought the same thing, Matt. But like in hockey, you think a goalie's just going to sit down and let him score on him?
But that was the worst sack record ever. That the guy just
That was brutal. Well, did you see the Jets? There was a 30 for 30 on the Jets defensive line, the New York Sack Exchange. And Gastineau went after Mark Gastineau. Great pass rusher. That's all he could do is pass rush. Great pass rusher. Huge star back in the 80s. Goes up to Brett Favre and like threatens to kick his ass because he let Strahan get the record. He's like, "You cost me the record, man. You cost me the record." And Favre's like, What are you talking about, man? He's like, "No, you cost me the record." That was kind of shitty thing to do too, by the way. I wasn't a fan. Brett Favre was my favorite player in the NFL back then. I wasn't thrilled about it. I didn't like that.
No.
So
but you remember, all these guys are human. In the end, we may look at them, revere them, and think they walk on water, but in the end, they put on their pants the same way you and I do. So,
all right, Tyler's in here. Just made a Russell Westbrook and DeAndre Jordan ladder same game parlay. Let's get weird. DeAndre Jordan. Yes. All right, Get weird, man. Hopefully that cashes for you.
All right, Tyler. Good luck.
Let's go.
I put
Nicki Minaj or Cardi B?
Neither.
Okay. Hunter Goodman, second home run of the year. The Rockies are on the board, folks. They're down 2-1 in the bottom of the seventh inning. I was just talking about, what was that, over 4.5 at like big time plus money. And right now we've got the Phillies at the plate. So 1 down, bottom of the seventh, 2-1 Phillies over the Rockies. The Phillies always have bullpen issues in April, and I wonder if that's going to happen again this year, or do they just cruise once Wheeler's out?
Do we have some shenanigans going on right now?
Where?
And the Spurs.
By the way, Zach Wheeler, 7 innings, 3 hits, a run, 10 Ks, and no walks. This guy's okay. 105 pitches tonight. He's done.
Yeah, we do not have confirmed lineup from the Spurs, and they're pulling different guys.
So are you saying there's shenanigans?
Well, they're pulling different guys, including one of those guys being Stefan Castle.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see what's going on.
I'm checking it here. Keldon Johnson's out with lower back tightness.
Okay, so Johnson's the other guy that's out. Okay.
Keldon's out.
All right.
Sohan, Vassell, and Keldon are out.
We have to, and I haven't put it. I've been waiting for FanDuel to give it, and they finally gave it. It's time.
Oh, boy.
The landlord over 9.5 points.
The landlord, and people are supposed to know who the landlord is?
All right. Everybody should know who the landlord is.
Chat, who's the landlord? Chat, who is the landlord in the NBA? It's one of your favorite players.
It is.
I think Gafford's one of your favorite players.
One of my favorite players.
Gafford's one of your favorite players, isn't he?
He is. He is.
Yeah. But you can't just say the landlord or the Great Barrier Thief. All right, so what's the Gafford play? What's the Gafford play?
Daniel Gafford over 9.5 points.
Daniel Gafford over 9.5 points at FanDuel -20. All right, I'll put it in there.
It's going to go back to Lively's not going to get equal time here tonight. I took Lively too at 5.5. I just think that's too low. Versus an Atlanta team that doesn't have a great interior. Cavs are up 1. Pacers are only up 3.
So here's a question for you then.
Yep.
We see everybody's out for the everybody's out. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Just choking up here. Everybody's out for the Nuggets.
Yep.
So if everybody's out for the Nuggets, and then we got some issues with the Spurs, what the hell are we doing here? Like
the question, you have Vassell out, Sochan's out, Keldon Johnson's out, Bassey's going to be out. I mean, I'm going to look at a couple things late. I'm going to try to see how we finish up here. We're trying to see if the Kings can figure out where the basket is. That's the first rule. Like, do you want to make the playoffs? Do you want to play for your coach? Or are the Wizards 5 better than your guys?
These are all good questions.
Keegan Murray. I mean, do you have a pulse? So you're down to 6 right now with 4 minutes to go in the third. I mean, it's not like you're not within striking distance, but you've looked like you haven't cared the whole time.
Yeah.
You're watching Jordan Poole go off and you take shots. Mitchell's got 16, by the way. OJ's still sticking at 19. It'd be nice if you can get to that 20.
Did you see this? Dylan Brooks got his 16th tech of the year. He's out for Friday again, unless it's rescinded.
No, but I'm sure they probably told him to do that. It's a winnable game that doesn't mean anything right now in this game. You want that done because if not, that goes on to the playoffs. So if not, the last thing you want him to do is be in the playoffs, get a tech, and then be automatically
it starts
suspended.
all over again now.
Correct.
That's fascinating.
They did the same thing with Draymond Green years ago with the Warriors when they got close to the end of the season. They were just telling him to go get a tech because you need to get suspended before the playoffs. All right, so Bonus has got a double-double, 13 and 10. Keegan Murray's got 14. DeRozan's got 7 assists. I would have bet it all the way up to 8 at halftime, but we couldn't get it. Sarr's still sitting at 1 block, 12 points, still same. Carrington's still sitting at 2 and 6 for his rebound assist. There. So Carrington's back in the ball game right now, so that's good. Let's see if he can get these last 2. Kings cut it to 5. Still trying to go. How do they cut it to 5? Domantas Sabonis for 3.
All right, I got to get this Gafford bet in. Gafford over 12.5 points. It's sent to the phone. So those
10.
of you that are
10 points.
9.5 points.
Yes. So 9.5 points, 10 plus, either or. However you want to say it. Same thing. Rockets are up at 3 on Utah. Philip Kowski's got 6 rebounds, nothing. Jalen Green has hit 2 threes, 8 points. It's really a pathetic game, 23-20. So JT Miller just got an assist.
Rashawn Holmes is out for the night. He's gone.
Yeah, Vukcevic has been playing anyway. Sarr for 3, and it's good.
What do you make of the Kings making all these moves to get in the playoffs and make a run, and now they can't beat the Wizards?
I mean, it's a question of, did you make moves to really make the playoffs, or did you just want to kind of make moves to make moves? So
you think they made moves to make moves?
Well, you gave up De'Aaron Fox for whatever reason, and you were actually playing pretty good basketball without De'Aaron Fox, with Monk playing the point guard. And then you went out and you got Levine, and then you bring in Fox off the bench kind of deal. And I'm fine. Okay, you want to get some players for Fox, but I think you kind of should have went with what you were doing versus trying to add guys like Zach LaVine. Like, Zach LaVine can score. Zach LaVine plays 0 defense. Zach LaVine does not have an efficiency into his game. So many guys get so torn up with the guys at 20-point scorer. He's a 20-point scorer because he takes 25 shots.
Yeah. By the way, I put the starting lineup for the Nuggets up here. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah. See again.
Jalen Pickett, Hunter Tyson, Zeke Naji, and DeAndre Jordan.
I want Hunter Tyson. Hunter Tyson had a really great game when he got the start. And that's a guy who plays with a lot of heart.
And there's no props for him, right?
There wasn't there. They'll probably, when we get closer to game time.
Like, would you take a rebound prop on him? Like,
I'm looking at his points.
Oh, you're talking about the Warriors game last week, wasn't it? The Warriors game?
Yeah.
Where he had a nice game against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Tyson.
He had a very nice game versus there. I mean, he's a second-year player. He's not a first-year player. He's going to be able to get his chances. There, a guy who's lit up. He's not going to have a lot of points listed, but as long as those points are low, I will probably take my shot on it. Probably that or rebounds. But we'll see what those numbers are if I can actually get any.
All right, I'm going to go upstairs and hit the head. But just so everybody knows, the Dodgers and the Braves are just about to start. And if you wanted to bet, the official play here is Dodgers run line. It was minus 105. It might not even be bettable anymore if it's over 125. I wouldn't.
Oh, is that game started already?
It should be starting right now. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, it started top of the first. Okay.
There we go. Just started. All right, I'll be down in a sec, dude.
Because I'm going to go try to get Will Smith.
Will Smith hits, runs, and RBIs?
Yep, that's what I'm going to try to get. Got to go find it. Will Smith hits, runs, and RBIs. I thought that game was 9-10. Okay. It's 8:40. Must be a really early game today. Half inning batting props, live batting props. Can we get this live? Yeah, we can. Okay. Will Smith over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 110. All right. Feels like you should get suspended again after you suspended. Yeah. I mean, I believe I don't think it completely resets. I think it just you get the 16th, and I think I gotta look at the one thing how it goes. I gotta look for the last thing. All right, found it. 1 second, I'll tell you. Okay, so every 2 after that, you get suspended for a game. So if you're at 15, you might as well just go ahead and get suspended. The only downside of that is every 2 from that point, you will get suspended. So at 18, you're suspended. At 16, you're suspended. At 18, you're suspended. At 20, you're suspended, and so on and so on.
I want to say again, if you're going to make a baseball bet and you're a smaller bettor, for me, baseball season, $25 unit. So very, very small unit. And if yours is smaller than that, that's fine. That's just to get you involved in the game. NFL is my big sport. MLB we're getting into. $20, 33% live bet boost on DK if you wanted to bet the Will Smith now, if you didn't get in on it.
I always forget that. I make so many bets on DK without that. Wizards are back up 10.
Yeah, you know what? I should start probably putting stuff out there in the morning too. There's just a lot of good DK, and who has the best promos is and again, not if you're $1,000 unit better or even 100 unit better, but like BetMGM will give you a 20% profit boost or a free bet all the time. All the time. They just got them all the time.
Yep.
So shop around. Use them. Like baseball parlay token. Okay, $20, but you got a minimum total odds of 4 plus 400. I'm not doing that.
Jordan Poole's got 23 points. And once again, the Wizards are back up 8. Every time they try to make a run, they bring them right down.
Hunter Tyson, the props are up. 10.5 points.
No. No. What's his rebounds?
5.5.
No. All right.
Well, can we just bet unders then?
No, because they got a chance to hit, but I don't. Again, I'm going to be very interested to see if this game is just played like it's some giant runway that basically no defense.
1.5 assists. And the triple double for Westbrook is plus 340 at MGM.
I mean, that's got a shot. It's got a pretty.
There's got to be a better number than that out there, though.
Yeah, Boston's got 2 on, 1 out. Cionel Perez came right in there. The only guy to get out is Campbell. Abreu walked. Wong walked. They're back to the heart of the order, which means Devers is going to get a chance to get up and get some more RBIs. Indiana's pulled away from Charlotte. They're up 14. That's good news for us.
Hey, guys, if you get a second, hit the like button. We'd appreciate it. If you haven't checked us out, go to nukethehouse.com. Use the promo code NASCAR is back, and you will get a free 1-week trial when you sign up for a plan.
This team looks so dejected.
So dejected.
You're walking off the floor down 14 to the Wizards. Obi's got 8, so we need a 3.
Do you have any highlight plays, Fox? Isn't that the most fixed sport there is?
It is.
Yeah,
I went through this whole thing as this. Yeah. So Dallas is up 12-11 early. Not exactly what you want for the under because, I mean, this is looking for like a 65-point quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Start the game. Hamid Gee is your leading scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Najee Marshall's got 4. Anthony Davis has got a 3. Darry's got 2. Remember his prop was 4.5. Klay Thompson's got 3, and Dinwiddie's got 2 assists already. All right, let's see if OG got his 20, so he's at 21 right now. And Mitchell's got 20. So if you took the Mitchell OG double, that 20 points, that cashes. Bridges is still stuck on 3 assists. He had 3 assists at halftime. He does this. He goes into games where he just kind of disappears. Knicks aren't going away. It's a 1-point game. It's going to be a pretty good game down the stretch. So Charlotte Wizards. So I'm going to ask you this question. You got Charlotte Wizards and Utah. Those are your bottom 3 of the NBA. They all get an equal shot at the first round pick. Tell me your team with Cooper Flag, which team you think is the best of those 3 where Cooper Flag ends up on.
Oh, that is a great one right there. All right, so we got the Wizards, right, who are going to completely destroy any prospect. I'm surprised that Sarr has not been ruined yet. That's the first one.
Nope. But you'd have Sarr.
How do you put him with Sarr? How do you play him with Sarr?
He's going to play power forward.
Yeah.
Sarr's the center. Sarr's the 7-foot center. I think he'd fit in really nicely with that matchup. I think he plays power forward. I think the one question you have to wonder is this is the same issue that a lot of people don't realize in the NBA. There's only 5 positions. So if your team that notoriously sucks, that means you have typically within 5 years drafted one guy at each position. Or you've declared already the guy you drafted 4 years ago sucks at that position, so you're replacing him with another guy. The Wizards, so when you get those drafts where you get multiple first-round picks, you're essentially going to have to draft that same position in the next 2 years. Most likely, because you got to draft somebody. So, like, you had the Wizards who got Keyshawn George, got Bub Carrington, and Alex Sarr, all in this first-round draft.
Oh,
to me, Keyshawn
892. He's got 3 more goals to go.
Ovechkin
goal.
So you're going to have to probably maybe deal, or Keyshawn George is just going to have to get used to coming off the bench. One or the other. So, but I think he fits in nice with the Wizards. Charlotte, you're at Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams. That would be starts to be a pretty decent team if healthy.
All right,
and then Utah, I think you got to trade 3 guys.
Who?
Well, if you're going to have Cooper Flag, you have John Collins, you have Laurie Markkanen, and we're both power forwards. You could play Flag at the 3. Don't know if he's truly has the great foot speed to play at the 3.
Dude.
But I don't think you can keep those 2 guys.
2-0 Braves. So Ovechkin scored a goal. He's 3 away from Gretzky. It's 2-0 Braves, and I'm waiting for this thing to open up because I want to take the Dodgers if we can get plus money. Fucking Blake Snell, man.
Bottom of the ninth
Huh? Where?
for the Orioles.
Oh, for the Orioles. Fucking error is right. Yeah, Tommy. I got you, dude. I know. I'm waiting for them to open this back up, though, Tommy, because that's what screwed us last night with the Mets, too. Lindor, 2 errors. You can't, it's tough to cap for errors early in the season like this. The Dodgers are still only minus 125. Minus 25, down 2 runs in the first. I'm already on the run line, so I'm not going to worry about it, but that's a bad one right there. I'm with you, Tommy. That's tough, man. Fathead thinks so. Tani's hitting a home run. Okay.
Yeah.
Been a couple of days. Why not? I mean, he's once every 4 games he can hit a home run. Absolutely.
All right. Kings are back down within 10. They get a 3 and they get the mojo, and then they give up a 3 to AJ Johnson. Really? AJ Johnson?
Yeah, I'll say this, Tommy. You're saying you hope they jump on Elder early. If they don't, I mean, we'll probably get at least even money on the Dodgers money line. We're spotting the Braves 2 runs. The Braves are even money up to nothing. If you think the Braves are going to win, Braves are even money up to nothing.
Well, that's
at
because
MGM.
I read that up. Yeah. That's the sick.
So I'm sweating it with you, Tommy. That sucked.
That is definitely sick that you're looking at that. Yeah.
Well, what's sick?
That they're even money up to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like no faith at all in the books. They're like, well, we can't give you anything.
I mean, the Dodgers haven't even come up yet. They got Elder today. They should just mash this dude. But that's why they played a game.
Smith's got 8. Oh, you didn't put any of this stuff in there. Oops. All right, I'll write it down. I'll order it later. Jabari Smith's got 8. 11.5. Eason's got 4 out of his 12.5.
You know what, Fox, with that goal tonight? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do they got? 8 games for him to score 3 goals?
It's got a chance. Real good chance now. Because, again, any open net chance, they're going to feed him.
They got 100. How are they this good, man?
Dylan Strome. All right, so Castle will go. Looks like nobody knew that's out. So we now have our lineup. It's now 2.5. It's now 225.
I think Fathead wants to look at the team total for the Dodgers. I'll look it up.
So DeAndre Jordan is minus 165. FanDuel's not even offering you the triple-double.
4.5. Tyler O, are the Spurs worth a bet? You already put the bet in. I think they're down to 2.5.
Yeah.
Right?
I think at this point you got to wait because when you're talking about the Spurs, again, their 3 scorers are out too. I mean, the only guy left is Castle. I mean, it's going to be Castle to Chris Paul. Is that really what we're playing?
Yeah,
here?
it's 2.5 now. Tyler, you can get him at plus 14 on the money line. Just wait.
I mean,
they have their own guys out tonight. It's not like it's just now. Listen, the Nuggets' top 5 guys are out, basically almost 6. But we've got what's his name, Westbrook in there.
Yeah, Vassal's out. Keldon Johnson and Jeremy Sohan are out. Those are your 3 or your 4 primary scorers in this new version without Derek.
Here's the starting 10 tonight, okay? For the Nuggets, Westbrook, Pickett, Hunter Tyson, Najee, and DeAndre Jordan. On the other side, the Spurs, Paul, Castle, Champagny, Barnes, Biyombo. The Spurs have a better starting lineup. It's not saying a lot.
No. But both teams' benches are going to be piss poor.
Brutal.
The only thing is the Spurs bench guys have actually seen an NBA game. It's going to be Blake Wesley, Like if I could get Wesley pre-flop, I probably would have been on him. It's going to be Malachi Branham. Or actually, I think he got traded.
Okay.
So who is left on the Spurs? Or let me look at the roster. Who did they call up today?
There's not a lot left on the Spurs.
Oh no, Malachi Branham is still there. Sorry. So Malachi Branham's going to play. Blake Wesley's going to play. We might see Harrison Ingram for the first time all year. The rookie out of North Carolina. Mama Scrutavili will be there.
I got an autographed Mama Scrutavili card. It's worth $3.
Yes. You tell me that every time I say his name.
I'm so excited that I got a Mama Scrutavili autographed card. I'd like to give it away sometime.
Okay.
All right, so here's who the Spurs have. CP3, Castle, Champagny, Barnes, Biyombo, Pickett, Russ, Tyson, Najee, Jordan. These are my God, this is just awful.
Yep.
Imagine paying for there's got to be somebody in my neighborhood here that drove all the way up there to watch this bullshit.
They can be massive Zeke Najee fans. You don't know that.
Everybody wants to see Jokic. I guess the only games you can go to are playoff games, and those things are going to get bought up by bots, and then you're going to pay 10 times the price.
Yeah, that stuff is terrible.
So,
my question when I'm looking at this game is I'm trying to figure out who scores consistently, and I don't know why I haven't bet the under.
Here's the bench for the Nuggets tonight. Okay. This is my guy, Ryan Blackburn. So here's the starters are Pickett, Westbrook, Hunter Tyson, Zeke Najee, DeAndre Jordan, Trey Alexander, Spencer Jones, Vlatko Konkar, PJ Hall, and we'll see if the corpse of Saric is around.
Yeah. It's slim, and slim. I don't know how else you say that. It's just what it is.
There's no way else to say it. It was as bad as the Dodgers in the first inning, giving up 2 runs on an error, and then going down 1-2-3 in the first.
Yeah.
Awesome. Phillies up on the Rockies 3-1. This game is in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wheeler went 7 innings, gave up a home run to Goodman. Outside of that, he was just tremendous. 3 hits, a run, and 10 strikeouts. Trey Turner's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Schwarber has an RBI double. The Diamondbacks still leading the Yankees 4-0. This game's in the bottom of the 7th at Yankee Stadium. Rodon gave up 4 in 6 innings. I really question what's going to go on with Rodon this year. Is he just going to be an up and down guy now? He looked so good a couple of years ago. Gallen, 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, and 13 strikeouts. Yep. If you laddered his strikeouts tonight, you're winning money. Yes, he did score, Gerardo. We did. We saw that.
I'm not a big Gallen guy either, but
you know what, fathead? That Russell Westbrook triple-double might have to be a bet.
You got to find it. FanDuel doesn't have it.
They got it at DraftKings at 3-1. And what did I tell you? It was like 340 at MGM. I think it's worth a sprinkle.
Yeah.
You know what, fathead? I'm in on it. I'll get in on it. Let's go. Like, seriously, who else? It's down to 310 now, but they do have a 20% odds boost. All right, fine. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll do this. I'm fine.
Russell Westbrook plus 372 with the odds boost at MGM. Now it's down to 310. So everybody's betting Russell Westbrook. We should have bet him when we talked about it earlier. But we're in. Oh, another freaking bad throw. Man, the Dodgers just playing like dog shit right now. My no-run parlay is absolute money. It doesn't lose. All right, let's talk about this for a second. Matty's taking the night off. I think I'm going to take the rest of the year off. Matty parlays, and these are crazy. And like, I'll look at them and they'll say minus 140 or something like that. We had a conversation last night where I'm just like, I can't bet a minus 160. He's like, dude, if there's value, then you bet the 160. He comes up with like 2 guys not to score a run. He puts them together. There's some heavy juice there, but they really, like, for 2 scrubs on different teams that have to score 1 run in one night, it is a great bet. It's a nice hit, Matty.
The Celtics have come out and basically said, we're just going to shoot a three. If we can make a three, it's a shot. Other than that, we're not really in this.
Tommy Z, I'm giving you the invite in Discord right now. Get your ass on here. And if you don't want to, don't. But I'm just saying, I'm finding you in Discord right now, and I'm giving you the link, and you can come on if you want. Host of That's Deep Pod with Tommy Z and Johnny, UFC maestros.
It's 27-26. Atlanta and Dallas. AD's got 7 points.
Nice cash, fathead. Larson over 3.5. Did you give out Larson?
Yes.
Well, cash it.
Oh, did he finally hit it?
Well, Fathead said he did. I trust Fathead.
Yep.
Fucking Dodgers again. Now they're getting.
We'll take that. Yeah, the Celtics are down 15.
Good
Don't
job,
look like I'm really interested in this.
Nice cash.
Gafford's got 5 points already in the first quarter, so that's good. We're about to start the terrible
Pete
game.
Alonso, by the way, thank you, Pete Alonso, for winning us some money tonight. You're the man. Love the polar bear. That's what's better, the Great Barrier Thief or the polar bear?
I like the polar bear.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Fathead has been on. Fathead's just on. Fathead's just a good batter. He's just a good better, Matty. The dude's a good better. He's gotten us on some winners. Might have lost a bet or two with his, but I have come out plus money with that guy, the Fathead.
All right, we need one more from Carrington. Rebound or assist. They're up 8, 6:31 to go. Did the Kings actually try to pour it on here for the last 5 minutes and look like they have a pulse? We're going to get about 65 points, like I said, in the Hawks-Dallas game, which is not great for under.
65, you say?
Yep.
Okay.
That's 9 points.
You see the stock market? Do you play in the stock market?
I do.
Did you see the futures?
I don't play them where it's all investing for later years.
Yeah, I've been living off capital gains now for 2 years.
I care less what the market.
I'm probably going to have to get a job here pretty soon after looking what just happened.
I try to explain to my wife that it's just things are on sale.
Well, for now, but like after hours, Apple lost 7%, $16.
Yeah, because they took
after hours, Amazon down 6%, $12. Yeah, it is a great time to buy.
It's
if it stops anytime soon.
Well, you're going to have this huge overreaction to the tariffs, and some prices are going to go up, and especially in the short term, you're going to have a lot of prices go up. But there's also a lot of things that happen. Hyundai announced that they're building a $5 billion plant. Apple
there's good and bad with all of
it. There's relocation of jobs that are coming to the U.S. Now, some of these countries are going to artificially sit there and say, okay, but look, for years they've had a better end of the deal for no reason.
I know
they shouldn't have a better end of the deal. So.
Here's how I look at it. We don't need to talk too much politics, but this country's going broke. Like, it's going to change a lot. When you're as many trillions in debt as we are, the dollar is not going to be worth anything. Okay. So we do need to take these cuts. It just sucks having to go through it. That's all I'm saying. It's painful. It's going to be more painful if we don't clean it up, but it's painful right now. And you know what else is painful? This freaking Dodgers defense. Blake Snell decided to not cover first base. What are you doing? Oh, we'll be on for another 30 minutes, Tommy, if you want to come on. It's fine.
All right. Obi's on for the last 5 minutes. He needs 3 points. Let's see if we can get this on.
Snell, move your – I mean, it wasn't even him not covering the bag. It was just him being too slow. Freaking Big Bird out there.
All right. So let me set the thing. It is an 8-point game. There's an official review here of the Kings, whether or not they're going to shoot 2, which would cut it to 6. Your current Wizards start players in the game are AJ Johnson, Anthony Gill, JT Thor, Vukcevic.
Oh my God. And Pages just dropped the ball in the outfield. There's another run for the Braves. Maybe 2. Oh God. All right. Well, the Dodgers decided to have their first meltdown of the year. Pajes is at the wall, has the ball in his glove, gets scared by the wall, drops it, run scores, second and third, one out.
Rockets are up 19.
Let's go take a live look at the Dodgers money line.
Smith has got 10. We got 34-31. Atlanta and Dallas keep exchanging scores.
Fox, listen to me.
Yes.
There's one out in the top of the second. The Braves have runners on second and third, and they're up 3-0. What's the Dodgers money line?
Minus 130.
You think it's minus still? Down 3 with 2 in scoring, but it's plus 225.
Plus 255. Yep.
You got a plus 255? Where?
Yeah, but you can take the plus 2.5 at plus 102.
I'm looking at the way these Dodgers have played so far, but
the foul stands.
All right. Well, let's see if the Braves get another run in here. Then we can get almost 3. The fix is in. That's hilarious, Gerardo. I took Wesley. Don Playa, what up, bro? I took Wesley from the Spurs to get 10 points. I lost my money already.
I like Wesley for 10 points. If that's all it's 12 points, I get it. I would definitely take it. But I actually kind of like Brandon better to score 10 points.
Hey, you know what we gotta talk about real quick? The Final Four and the transfer portal. Now, you and I have talked about the transfer portal.
Now we need to start it off with you were
right.
Come on.
I was right.
I was right. You're right. 100%.
What were you right about?
I said, and all the things when we broke this down the Wednesday before, and I got ridiculed by some guys in the chat, and I said, this is a chalk tournament.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I had the chalk in our pool.
I said, we have 8 teams, and I think it's going to be 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And I bet it 120-1. I also said I bet that the worst seed being a 3 at 26-1, and the worst seed being a 4 at 20-1. So that made 26-1. Then I said, what did we bet in the Final Four? And I said, I still like all the number ones. We bet that, and I got that at 16-1. So it's been a very nice tournament for me, no matter what. But I will talk right now the Final Four. The one thing, like we talked about, from a college basketball perspective, this is the best thing because it's the 4 best teams.
Yes.
4 really good games, potentially, except for 1. 2 very good games, except for 1.
What
I think
going to be good?
I think Duke wins by covers the 4.
You think they're going to blow Houston out?
Yeah, I don't think they have the scoring.
See, this is what I've been telling people. Like, oh, the tournament sucks. Well, I'm just like, wait till the Final Four, dude.
I don't think they have the scoring or the size to play with Duke.
Yeah, I think Duke so tough though defensively.
Unless you get Malouche in foul trouble, I think it's going to be major issues. You're going to need Cooper, Flag, and Kneppel just to have really, really bad games from a shooting perspective. Down player, that's correct, 100%. The NIL and the transfer portal. You've got teams there. We can talk transfer portal now. I've already been falling up.
We need to. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like Duke to cover the spread. I think it's. I'm pretty interested in the total on that. I'm just kind of waiting to see if it goes up. There, I'm probably going to play the under. And in the other game, can you beat a team 3 times?
Yeah.
Is the question. And with Brome's basically hurt elbow, not really hurt. He just needs rest. But he doesn't really have a great outside shot anyway. He hasn't done well versus Florida in most of the games. They're going to need tremendous play from their guards, from Mazzara being able to hit threes. I just don't think – I think Florida's going to continue to pound the glass. They're not going to be able to play with them on the glass. And that's how they beat them in every game they've played them this year. I kind of wish it was Florida versus Houston and Auburn versus Duke. I think those would have been better games.
Yes.
There would be teams that they haven't seen.
I think Houston's going to stay in it, though. I think Duke wins. but I think Houston stays in it. My problem is I got Duke and Houston futures. I don't have anything with Florida and Auburn, so I'll have to hedge once we get to the final.
I've got Duke and Florida futures.
You had Duke and Florida. There you go.
Yes, which I had the final game being Duke.
You know what, Gerardo? People laugh and go, "Oh, that's a chalk play." You know what's been cashing this whole freaking tournament? Chalk.
Chalk.
There's nothing wrong with going with chalk, especially when the chalk teams are just that much better.
Well, you don't even need to. I gave Florida out right after the Elite Eight ended at minus 110 on the money line. So you should have had Florida already in pocket by now. It's going to be interesting. The one question you always wonder is, you're going to go to a different stadium, different sight lines. The first games of the Final Four could sometimes lead to some hijinks because guys may not be hitting the three the same way. But if that's the case, Duke is just going to pound the crap of him inside, and Florida's going to pound him. All right.
Fox has an under on Anthony Davis PRA. Mr. Glass is in the locker room. It says face.
He's 13-6. Yeah.
Well, he might finish with 13-6.
Correct.
You got popped in the face.
Scoring has not been an issue in this game. It's 36-35. Cleveland is up 16. They've ran away with this.
He's gushing blood.
Yeah, that's not good. He's a guy we definitely need. Okay. Obi's come in and basically bricked a couple threes. If one of them could fall, it'd be great. Halliburton actually got his double-double if you took that, 22 and 10. Why he's still in the game right now in a 15-point game, who knows? Just so he can tip points. Wizards are up 12. Still haven't seen Sarr the entire fourth quarter so far, so I don't think we are. Now they're up 12. We just need Carrington to get an assist or a rebound. Just
do you want to answer, Brian? Why is the total in the Denver up to 229?
The game started, didn't it? Oh, it's 2-0. I don't know. I took the under just on principle to start this game. But again, I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense. I think both teams are just going to fast break it. I really
one reason why it's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't see it is a lot of points, and DeAndre Jordan's not going to be able to last that long on a fast break type deal. So the Celtics don't look now are down 6, now down 5. That team never quits. They look dead, and then they come around and you're down 5. So the Clippers line keeps going up. So I mean, we can talk about taking a minus 18 pre-flop.
No.
I mean, at that point, do you just have to take the 18, hold your breath, and just?
No, you just don't do anything.
I mean, the Heat are plus 3.5 right now, up 5, into third quarter, 3 minutes to go. All right, here's the one chance. Can the Kings get a stop? They're up 9. They're down 9, sorry. Your starters versus the Wizards' 5 bench players. And it's a Keegan Murray steal and dunk. It's a 7-point game. Here comes the rally. The lead is 7. You heard the announcers going crazy. A.J. Johnson for 3. In and out. Here come the Kings. I think I'm going to take the plus 4.5.
Look at how good you look, Fox.
They don't need a Kings rally. Did you take the Wizards? DeRozan in and out. 3 minutes to go. 7-point game. The live line is 5.5 and a 7-point game for the Kings. Don't you pretty much have to take that?
Yeah.
You're getting plus money on that. It's plus money versus the backup Wizards. Now they're going to the free throw line. It's going to be an 8-point game, 9-point game, but 5.5 is still a lot of points. Obi Toppin's out. That's not going to cash. He went 1 for 5 from 3. Carrington, can you throw it to somebody who actually makes a shot? That's just the question. 6-point game in the Celtics. What are we looking at here? -1.5. That's still juice to the England. -1.5. 7-point game. Atlanta's up 8 on Dallas. I mean, that's a big difference. If AD can't go, I'd probably jump off my Dallas bets. The Spurs are up 9-0, just to let you know.
Yeah. They're running away with it, I guess.
Spurs are up 9-0, and for some reason they're at a -142 for the game.
Okay.
They've got a lot more faith in Denver than I do. Why are you -0.5 up 9-0? That would be like saying the line was 8 points.
King's loss helps Matt's Blazers future. We really didn't get into the portal too much, just getting back to college basketball real quick.
All right.
But
Okay.
it finally affects me at Kansas because no one's staying. And by the way, our boy Darren Peterson, McDonald's player MVP. McDonald's game MVP, our guy. He's great.
Yeah. Angel Reese was there to watch a bunch of 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds play basketball.
Why do you think she was there to do that?
I have no idea.
Did they just fly her there or what?
I don't know. She was courtside. She was there taking pictures before the game. She was there. I mean, it does take place in Chicago, and her team plays in Chicago. So, I mean, I don't think it was a flying thing. I think it was kind of.
All right, here. Currently 9-0 Spurs with 9 to go. The crowd is mostly still standing waiting for the Nuggets to score after Michael Malone calls a timeout. It's super awkward in here.
All right, so the top guys in the transfer portal. So
yeah,
there is a major guy in the transfer portal.
Hunter Dickinson.
No, that's it was an April Fool's joke.
7 years, baby. Come on, bring him back.
Yaxel Lendenberg.
Okay, because
the top guy in the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Yaxel Lendenberg? He is the AAC Defensive Player of the Year, a monster on the defensive side. The 5 schools he's considering: Kentucky talked to him immediately as soon as he put out the transfer portal. They flew to Chicago to talk to him. Michigan, Arkansas, Alabama, and who's the 5th? Alabama, Michigan, Arkansas, Kentucky. Yeah. Yep. So that's the top guy. And like I predicted, the next guy is RJ Lewis.
Okay.
RJ Lewis from St. John's had the whole thing out. Word is he's a cancer on the team anyway.
Awesome.
They were glad to see him go. So he is the next guy going. Still not sure where he's going. Jacoby Gillespie was the 6th best player. I didn't even think he was that great of a college player. The Kings have cut it to 5 with a minute 11 left. Jacoby Gillespie goes to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Silas Amari graduates, goes from Georgia to Connecticut. Dedan Thomas, this was a very good get. The UNLV star goes to LSU.
Okay.
He misses it. 5-point game, minute to go. DeRozan has it. Bryce Hopkins is a good get for St. John's. He'll kind of go in there and replace RJ Lewis. Oh, does that count? It's a hoop and a harm. And it's a 3-point game for the Kings. And DeRozan going to the line.
All right, I got 5-0 Dodgers trailing the Braves. So tonight could not have started off any worse for that bet. And
Morris Johnson lasts 1 year in Illinois and leaves for Michigan. The Miami Hurricanes are trying to figure out how to field a basketball team with 8 guys in the portal.
yeah.
Well, you generally only recruit about 3 to 5.
Yeah.
So if you lose 8, you lose some guys to graduation. That means the rest of your team are walk-ons or transfers that you can get. So there's some big guys. Now they did pick up a guy from Illinois, from Indiana, Malik Renault, comes home because he's from Miami. To stay, Pop Isaacs goes from Creighton to Ole Miss. Elliot Cadeau was a big signing. He goes from UNC to Michigan. I still don't think he has any outside shot. That's the issue with him. He's a tremendous passer, but he's got an issue. Nick Boyd leaves San Diego State and ends up in Wisconsin. So you want to see how many guys ended up in Kansas, if any.
How many guys are left? They've got, I'll tell you, they got 3 guys that could play. Storr might come back, which is odd. They've got Peterson coming in. They got 3 freshmen, and they've got 7 people on their roster right now. And
Well,
probably 3 that could start.
Badunga, Griffin, Passmore, and Calder in the pool.
Badunga might not be coming back though.
No,
he's and I think Passmore might be gone too.
I just said they're in the portal right now.
Gone. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the portal.
Badunga thing is bad. He might come back, but if Badunga leaves, then something's seriously wrong there.
Because you got guys who you basically just brought in as high recruits a year ago, and then they all roll out. That's never a great sign for your post. What do you think of the Buzz Williams deal?
Fine.
Good coach. I just shocked that he would leave where he was to go from Texas A&M to go to Maryland.
Well, it's for money, right? Didn't they give him more money?
You don't think Texas A&M could have matched the money?
I don't. They must not have, because I don't think he leaves.
This is.
You just asked me why he would do it, and my answer to that question is because he would take the money.
But you're inheriting a nothing team.
Yeah.
You're inheriting 3 seniors, all left for graduation.
Which actually is not a bad thing if you're Buzz Williams, right? Because you're going in with a clean slate. They could win 5 games next year, and he's fine. He's got a 3-year plan now. He's got for 2 years. He's got no expectations. The 3rd year, he needs to get him to the tournament.
He doesn't last anywhere for 2 years. He leaves every 2 years.
I did not take the 4.5 with the Dodgers, but I did see the Tommy Edman home run that gets him to within 5-2.
Zach LaVine blows the layup in a 5-point game.
And now it's Dodgers plus 2.5.
Celtics are back down 10. Heat closed off really nicely.
You can't even, the Dodgers are down 3 in the 2nd inning, and you're still only getting plus 185, and you're still only getting plus 1.5. Or plus 2.5 minus 140. So if Teoscar is retired, we're going to get over 2-1. God, what do you think, guys? Anybody thinking about taking the Dodgers money line at 2-1?
Dodgers money line at 2-1.
They're down 3 runs. Edman just hit a home run. The problem is that Snell could give this back. And really, it's not all on Snell. It's the damn defense, man. Error in the 1st leads to the runs. 2 more runs of Pages. I mean, it's just ridiculous what they put out there tonight.
Rockets are up 24.
Subscribers, make sure you're in. Just go check the site, nukethehouse.com. Check our picks page out. I think Matty will put the plays up there for tomorrow for Major League Baseball. He'll usually post them tonight and then play it. You'll get them tomorrow. He's an exotics better. So, like I said, he bets like 2 complete scrubs not to score a run. The juice isn't great, but my God, the chances of that hitting, it should be a minus 300 bet, and he's getting it at minus 150, minus 50 or something. Let's check in on Luke Cornett real quick.
14-6.
All right, needs 2 more points in the 4th quarter with 10.5 to play. Can he do it for us? Come on, fathead, get us home.
So Pickett got his 4 rebounds in the first half.
Good job.
We need Bub Carrington to go run and grab an extra rebound because he's not going to get an assist because everything's being fouled.
All right, let's go back to Ovi real quick, okay? Since we're going all over the place here. Let's go back to Ovi for a second. Here are the final games for Alexander Ovechkin, okay? So he's got Carolina, Chicago, the Islanders, Carolina again, Columbus, New York, and Pittsburgh. I will say this. It would be absolutely amazing if Alexander Ovechkin goes into Pittsburgh and breaks the record there in a town that hates that man to his core. That used to be a great rivalry. Crosby Ovechkin was the rivalry in the NHL for a decade.
Yep, that'd be hilarious.
Hate him. That would be hilarious. Yes. That would be hilarious. I mean, he wants to break it, but do you want to break it there? I think he just wants to get it. Yeah. Snell, 5 runs, all unearned.
15 seconds, 5 points.
Yeah, let's go. We're all Cornette fans. We're Luke Cornette fans. Stay on a few more minutes and then get out of here.
Celtics are at 3 points away.
I'm a little under the weather tonight.
That's fun.
Yeah. And we'll be on tomorrow night. Let's see what we got tomorrow night. NBA games. Thursday, April 3rd. Not a huge slate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
Got more baseball games. So.
We got a lot of baseball tomorrow. We got day baseball, don't we? Yeah, because it's a Thursday. Yeah, we do not have baseball tomorrow night. Well, we got 2 games tomorrow night, but we got a 2 1:00 games tomorrow. Rockies, Phillies, Red Sox at the Orioles. A 4 o'clock game with the Astros, Twins, and then at night during our show, 7 Eastern, D-backs, Yankees, 7:40 Eastern, Reds, Brewers. So we got a couple of NBA games, a few NBA games, a couple of Major League Baseball games. We'll have some hockey, and we could talk Final Four even more tomorrow night then.
We got Crown and we got the NIT Championship.
I mean, hey, can you make money on them? If you can, let's talk about them.
Yep. That's it. The Kings lose.
But the
So
Nuggets,
there was the game away.
the Nuggets scored.
Well, it's 21-12. They've scored a couple times here.
So people could sit down. They don't have to stand the whole time until they score.
Okay, well, Hunter Tyson's got 5 points. He's your second leading scorer. Harrison Barnes is 11. Champagne's got 5. Castle's got 5. Paul's got 5.
Mm-hmm.
But we've gone into the great things of the bench. It's Sandra, Blake, and Jordan McLaughlin with Harrison Barnes and Justin Champagne versus Trey Alexander, Seth Jones, Konkar, Saric, and Westbrook. Wizards won. Wizards won.
Congratulations. Let's see what the live total is on the Nuggets and the Spurs. It is down to 226.5. Was it really at 249?
229.
Okay, that's what I thought. 249 seemed ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sitting at 224.5 now, 23-16 Spurs over the Nuggets.
Oh, the Diamondbacks look like they're going to get their win. Celtics are down 5. They're plus 116 right now. Ooh, that's interesting.
Westbrook has 9 points, 3 steals, no rebounds, and 1 assist. Think you can get us 10 steals tonight to get that triple-double home? Not asking for too much.
I forgot. Got to respond to that.
If that's what we're relying on, though, we're screwed. Very small bet, but still. That is tremendous. All right, buddy. We're good.
All right.
So here's the deal. On the way out, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do a big show tomorrow. Foxy, you might have to start the show without me for 20 minutes, but we'll come on at 7. Sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Like I said, we'll talk Final Four. We got some NBA, a few NBA games, a couple of baseball games. We'll have NHL out there too. And how's your wife doing, buddy? She all right? She feeling better?
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's fine.
Good. And did your son kick you in the nuts this week?
No, not at all. I barely saw my son this week, so
all right. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's good. All right, pal. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I know it's a little shorter show. We'll come back tomorrow, put on a longer show, but we are done ski for the night. For Foxy, I'm Holden. Let's continue to nuke the house.